Viven en un country. Andan en BMW para arriba. Los fines de semana se cogen a las mejores minas. Morfan bien todos los días. El día anterior al partido durmieron tranquilamente en un hotel 5 estrellas y se rascaron la verga durante 24 horas sin hacer nada, jugando al ping-pong y al pool y a la play. Juegan al fútbol todos los días de su vida. Los botines, $6.000, $5.000, no sé cuánto salen, ponele 3.000 mangos, 4.000 mangos, están vendados por un kinesiólogo. Están bien comidos, están bien entrenados. Las medias, que son las que no te cortan la circulación, los pantaloncitos, que son los de los huevos, que no te raspan los huevos, la camiseta te estira la espalda, es la que no transpira, que sale 800 pesos, no sé cuánto sale una camiseta para jugar al fútbol. La pelota es perfecta, perfecta, 120 euros. Inflada con un barómetro a 8 bares, la cancha no tiene un solo pozo, el arco tiene 7,20 metros por 2,40. Te aplauden cuando salís a la cancha. La concha de tu madre, no sabés parar una pelota. Le vas a pagar al arco y la tirás a la mierda. Le vas a hacer un pase a tu compañero que está a 1 metro y haces así, se la pasas mal.
Producing, perceived, pushing for the deal, scouting the player, weighing up the options, monitoring, discussing. They appreciate the player, edging closer, studying, exploring, flirting, leading the race, targeting, prioritizing, considering, keeping tabs on the player, agreeing personal terms, following. He's a concrete name. Luring, gauging, in love with. How many more buzzwords do these journos need? Like, real talk, how many more buzzwords?
Because I'm worried, bro. I'm worried.
What are you worried about?
I'm worried because I'm worried Arsenal's not going to do what it takes to get over the line once again. I'm worried that I'm seeing Man City, I'm seeing Chelsea, I'm seeing Liverpool doing things that is making me believe we could be coming in fourth next season, challenging to try to just get back into the Champions League positions at the rate these guys look like.
Wow, crazy work. One more for the road.
Mikel Arteta.
That's exactly how I feel. You know, when you tell me Mikel Arteta, that's what I feel.
Man like a gal is worried, guys, but now he's posting out what a bargain Norgard is. Rachid, how are you, brother?
Come on, man. Big up to you, man, for having me on, of course.
Sorry I'm an hour late, although we have been sat backstage chatting for a bit, but yeah, I was way late. Apologies, man.
Listen, man. The thing is that they'll gas anything in the league.
Right, sorry to cut in. That's them going to arrest Mikel Arteta right now.
Exactly, bro. I want Arteta. I'm gonna plant something on Arteta, you know what I'm saying? Plant something, take him to jail. I swear to God, this guy's gonna drive me crazy. Not just him though, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm feeling like see when you look at it, this Partey incident or this Partey situation, when you look at it, if you look at it from a perspective where sorry. I was gonna say Yoli. If you look at it from a perspective where like Arteta, let's be honest, yeah. Arteta gave these players an extreme amount of money. Players like Havertz, players like Gabriel Jesus, players like Martinelli. That Partey feels like he's performing better than them, which he is. So you're the problem. You allowed this to happen. These players are mercenaries. These players don't like the club. They have nothing to do with the club. It's me and you in the chat and all these Arteta-ins. We're the ones that like the club. These don't. They're here for the money. If you give me a good project or money, I'll stay. If not, I have to go. That's what Partey did. Why are you so surprised? You should be ready for that. Why are you letting Partey run a contract anyway? Why do you let the player have the power? You could have sold this player. This player could have got you another 40. That 40, you could put another 20 on it, on that 10 that we bought Norgard for, and bought a proper midfielder, because we just lost the best midfielder we have. Arguably the best, because I feel like Skelly could play in that midfield, but obviously different positions. You just lost him. You just lost him for free. You know what I'm saying? We're not getting anything out of it or out of the deal, and we've lost our midfield really in general. You know what I'm saying? The amount of players, you know what I'm saying? The amount of players that we lost over this amount of time. Over this guy, since he's been here, it's been like this. You know what I'm saying, Lee? It's been like this. This ain't the first time. We lost Abba that scores 20 plus goals, Lee. 20 plus goals. To go out there and buy Havertz and Gabriel Jesus that will get you 10 goals, 12 goals max. I'm worried. You bought me Norgard. Oh, he's just a backup. Well, we're going to need a backup at some point. At some point in the season, we're going to need him. When we needed Jorginho, what did he give us? Absolutely nothing, bro. Give me a game where Jorginho really cooked. Come on, anybody in the chat. Give me a game where Jorginho really cooked.
Oh, apparently
Nothing,
he was
bro.
outstanding.
My God, bro. They gas anything, these guys. That's what they
Apparently he
do.
was outstanding, bro.
Fucking hell, man.
Yeah, Flowers is working overtime. He's live right now. Arsenal will sign Victor Gyökeres? Question mark. Sesko major update. Yeah.
I heard he said no, Lee.
Oh, he's got his little bitch on there. Henry talks bollocks. Oh, of course he has.
Oh my days, man.
Yeah.
I heard that he said no. Do you know what I'm saying? I heard that Gyökeres said no to Arsenal. I heard that he said yes to Man United. If we keep going with these stories, we could make up a story. Me and you can make up a story right now. All right, cool. We signed Gyökeres.
Do you know what's mad? I sat there the day before yesterday, right? And I sat there and I see that in January, I see that Raul Moro from Valladolid was linked to Ajax for 10 million euro, yeah? Right? And yesterday, I was like, I haven't seen any. Listen, I ain't even seen Arsenal stories. I have to go on Twitter, and I don't barely go on that. Yeah. So day before yesterday, sorry, I sat there on a watch along or a stream. Yeah, and I was like, guarantee Raul Moro signs for Ajax for about 15 million euro. Yeah. Woke up today. Sorry, it was the day before yesterday. Yesterday evening, Matt puts in the private chat. Yeah, we was on a watch along. For the Bayern Benfica game. Matt puts in the private chat, yo Lee, check this out. Yeah, Raul Moro signs for Ajax for 12 million euros. Bro, I swear down I've not seen any story linking him to anywhere because I ain't seen Arsenal stories, let alone fucking Raul Moro. He then puts the other one in, Johnny Cardoso. 30 million euro, including add-ons. To Atleti. So we've just signed Atleti's sporting director. They've signed Johnny Cardoso for 30 million euro. He's 23 years old. Box to box, well, I say box to box, DM stroke CM. Most of his games are at DM. Scores goals, very good player. Press resistant. Ain't got a great turning circle, but he's not got mad agility. But you can kind of coach positioning as well, and he's very good with his positioning. Yeah. Instead, I wake up today. Yeah, first thing I see was this. First thing I see was that. I woke up, I thought, right, let me see what Arsenal news there is. First thing I see, as soon as I went on Twitter, well, actually, it wasn't as soon as I woke up. It was probably about an hour after I woke up. Yeah, because I thought, right, I've got to get up about 10:30, 11. Yeah, and I was like, cool, let me go and have some food, go and chill on the patio, have a cigarette and a cup of tea. I thought, right, let's see what's going on in the wonderful world of Arsenal bullshit. I opened up Twitter, the first tweet I see was that. And I was like, are you taking a fucking piss? Yeah, if he's that good, bro, why didn't Bournemouth sign him?
Facts.
And now they're dressing it up. £72 million world record goalkeeper we've got for 5 million.
Yeah.
This guy went on loan to Real Madrid for 1 million euro to go and be second choice. Yeah, he ended up being third choice. But now he's our second choice. And now what they're doing is they're saying, oh, but it's a backup. He's cheap. It means we can free up money for elsewhere. Like we're fucking Brentford. We're Arsenal Football Club. Record fucking income last year. 616 million. Yeah? 616 million turnover. Yeah? And now we're doing £5 million deal for this guy. Plus he's probably going to be on near 100 grand. I don't know how long the deal is, but let's say it's 2 years. Yeah, that's a £15 million deal straight away. 5 million, 5 million, 5 million. 5 million for the fee, 2 years at 5 million, 15 mil. We've just allowed 95 million quid's worth of player to walk out the club because that's how much we paid Thomas Partey. We've let 45 million quid's worth of Kirantini walk out the club. We've just allowed Jorginho 27 million quid. We paid for him with a fee, wages. We've just allowed that all to walk out the club. And the first one that's been announced, well, sorry, Zubamendi was announced first, to be fair. is this motherfucker. Then another market opportunity missed. 30 million euros. 30 million euros. 30 million. Crazy. That guy's a baller. And what happened is, he'll be a baller, and people go, "Oh my God, I can't believe it." Do you know why nobody rates him? Do you know why nobody rates him? Yeah, because he's American.
Oh, okay.
He's American, mate. Yeah, American Brazilian. Nobody rates him. This guy, add-ons included, 12 million. So we could have got this left winger who can play right wing, and this DM who can play CM for a total cost of 42 million euros. Instead, we thought we'd sign this dickhead, and then
Zubidoo.
Zubidoo is pretty good, to be fair. Oh, we exposed this spaz earlier. Terry's little giggly little bitch. This guy. Yeah, good one. Giggly little bitch getting loud again. We've been on smoke today. And then, first and foremost, that's Haram. Arsenal, and then I see this. 11 million. This club is fucked. And now, I didn't see this. Lower wages than Partey for a younger player. He's 1 year younger. Better injury record, incredibly underrated all-round game. Be an excellent bit of business. I don't know what any of this means. Like, if I'm being completely honest, I'm not a weirdo. Destroying ability. No, destroying. Well, he is actually. The manager is actually destroying ability. As I
You're
say,
destroying
progressive
football.
passing, distance, and touch.
They're
So,
destroying football league.
So is that PPD?
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck that means, mate. So I don't know what any of this shit means, but it's what Tiddlywinks. You remember Tiddlywinks, the game? Yeah, it's like when you pause. Yeah.
Progressive.
They've already
passing.
started, and that was literally as soon as that news came out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Biggest problem is the fans. Excellent deal for Arsenal if they get it done. Fuck off. Personally, I feel Norgard is very underrated money-wise. Very good deal. It's hinted that Arsenal win for 3 attackers. The outlay will most likely go there. Hinted by who? You've linked us to fucking everyone, you thick cunt. Yeah? This dickhead, Cardozo, isn't even wanted by his own country. Nothing special. You raved about Zubamendi before. What's the reason you switched up when he's actually signed for Arsenal? See, this is where these spastics don't even listen. They see clips or a tweet. They don't watch it. It's where people chat out of bollocks. I still rave about Zubamendi. Am I lying? Chat, am I lying? I still rate him. I think he's a very good player.
Yeah.
But he ain't fucking Rodri like you lot. I've never watched him play more than a couple of games for Spain make out. That's the problem. Here we go. Another one. Far from convinced by Norgard. Just personal opinion, obviously. No fucking way. I thought you were on Blue Sky. Why don't you fucked off to Blue Sky. What happened to that? He went to Blue Sky. Why are you tweeting? Yeah. But it doesn't feel like Jorginho out and Norgard in makes the squad stronger. Oh, really? But happy to be proven wrong. See, this is the way these bastards cover their shit. I wasn't convinced by Jorginho when he signed either, but that ended up as a fine addition. Really? We won nothing. Now listen to this bit. Arsenal have acted quickly, though, to the party talks not reaching an agreement and moved for their Zubamendi backup. No, they haven't. Thomas Partey is leaving for free. Why? Because we didn't act quickly enough when he had 2 years left on his contract. Yeah. What happened to if a player goes down to 2 years? We're going to either sell him, or they're getting a new deal. Yeah. What happened to that shit? Oh, that was the previous regime.
You can't do that at Chelsea, by the way. You can't do that shit at Chelsea. Everybody's locked up. We decide if you go or not. We decide. But
how many players have left Chelsea for free in the last 3 years?
Fuck knows. I don't know.
Hardly any. Now listen to this bullshit. Arsenal acted quickly, though, to the party talks not reaching an agreement and moved for their Zubamendi backup. No messing around with that one. Did the same with Kepa when Garcia proved impossible. Cool. Garcia proved impossible. It's 25 million buyout, mate. Arsenal can sign a DM inside 5 hours. We can't sign a striker in 5 years.
You need to stop there, Lee. That is serious right there. Serious. Serious. Because think about it, Lee, yeah? How long have we been agreed terms with Sesko? Just a little. How long? It's been a long, long time. How come
Since
all
last
of a
year.
sudden we have a problem? Do you know what I'm saying? How come all of a sudden there's a problem? Oh, he wants this, he wants that, he wants a release clause. How come I thought that everything was agreed. What's the problem? What you like Sesko, right? Let's go for him. But could be a blessing in disguise, I guess, Lee. Maybe they'd go for Gyökeres, but you never know with this club. We could end up with Watkins. You get me?
We'll
Big
end up
man,
with
them.
fucking Nico Jackson.
Nico Jackson, there. Listen, we can
Rasmus
fix him.
Højlund.
We can fix him. We can fix him.
Yeah,
He'll
man.
start
Well, guess
scoring.
what? Nobody can fix this little slag, though, can they?
You know, we literally signed Sesko. How do you know? How do you
This
know?
little tramp. This is the 4'9" little fucking sex worker. This bird comments on so many of my posts, mate. Fucking tramp. Look at the state of her.
Let's see it.
You want to see her, yeah?
Yeah,
Is that a market opportunity, mate?
You're a market opportunity, yeah.
Is that a market opportunity?
Yeah, forget about Sesko. Forget about Sesko, man.
This little thing sticks
Oh.
Pepino en el culo. Yeah,
Yeah,
por dinero, not Robert.
Gio, yeah. Yeah.
Cheetah-hole, E-hole,
Exactly.
E-hole. Cool. So, let's carry on. To be fair to him, he jumped on the channel. Yeah,
Yeah,
and he was right. The sequence of signings has never indicated. Oh, so here we go. Right, listen to this.
That's all right. It's all right. It's a good bit of business, that is. I'm fed up with it, Dan. Go and get the players that are going to get you over the line. We all know that the manager is not that guy, right? We know he is not going to get us over the line because he's had 4 years at doing it, and the best he's got is runner-up, which is fantastic.
So why are you backing it?
I'm not criticising that. So you know he is not going to get you over the line, right? So what is going to get you over the line? Stopgap, make-up players, or the real deal players? It's time to get the real deal players in when you haven't spent nothing in the last 3 years. That is my beef now. All of January fogged off. We ain't getting no one, makeshift or not, because we want the real deal player. We can't get him in January. We'll get him in the summer, so we will not get no one in January. Here we are, still waiting for and still negotiating or can't negotiate a fee.
Cool. So the White Knight of YouTube. The sequence of signings has never indicated the actual order of priority. I know they want the new number 9 confirmed, but Norgard is a solid, cheap squad player. That's the problem. Cheap. Buy cheap, you buy twice.
That's
Judges has replied, yeah, steady, good business. Good player, steady player, good business, Terry. The answer is, what is better, Zubimendi and Partey or Zubimendi and Norgard? Thank you. Zubi and Partey, I agree with that. Hold that then. Yeah, hold that. What's better, Jorginho and Partey or Zubimendi and Norgard? Jorginho and Partey. So we've gone backwards. Are Arsenal still scary? I quoted that. Shut the fuck up. I've had enough of these people today. Oh, here we go. My man quoted this. This is funny. I knew it wouldn't take long for one of them to release a video. Can't believe it's still getting loud. But anyway, what should we do about bringing in a second choice DM? Well, the second choice DM could end up being the first choice DM as soon as Zubimendi gets injured, which he will.
yes. We needed Jorginho. It's not like we didn't need him at one point in the season. Same thing
Not
could
like we
happen.
didn't need Mikel Merino.
Oh my days, Mikel Moreno.
Yeah, don't worry, man. The midfielders we've got Mikel Merino, Zubimendi, Norgard, Odegaard, and Declan Rice. Have I missed anyone?
No, you haven't. You haven't. Hey, Lee.
No.
Karl's backstage.
Oh,
Sorry.
sorry, I'm on a different screen. Bless up,
Nice.
Karl. Bless up, brother. Bless up for the raid as well, bro.
No worries, bruv.
No, I was on a different screen. Sorry, let me carry on. 1 second. Did I miss anyone?
No. You missed.
Odegaard,
He was going to say
Norgard.
Ethan. You might say Ethan, but the
No,
problem
Ethan's
is
playing
that,
right wing.
Thank you. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay, fair
yeah.
enough.
He's playing right wing.
So
yeah.
Norgard, Odegaard, Partey, Marino, and Rice. That's our 5 in midfield. Then what they'll do is they'll put 29 as a midfielder, and they'll put Max Dowman as a midfielder. So now we've got 7 midfielders.
Exactly.
We're fucked. So anyway, Zubimendi is our first choice signing. Norgard is a backup, and only being brought because Partey wanted an extreme amount of money to stay. Do you know him personally? Oh, maybe they do. Maybe they do know. Maybe they should have pen.
And like he should. Who put these players on extreme amount of money? You see Chelsea, nobody's above 200, I think. Something like that. Or one of them
Crazy.
is above. It's crazy.
Maybe kidnap him, fella.
That's
Cold.
a good one. That's savage. Savage, yeah. savage.
That's a cold response.
Savage. Savage. I can't
How about
lie.
shut the fuck up? How about that? Yeah. Oh, this guy here. How many times have me and Matty told you about Luis Javier Suarez at Almeria? 27 goals last season. The Colombian striker is a priority target. Top of the shortlist for Sporting to replace Victor Gyökeres. This guy scored 27 goals last season. How many times have we told you about Luis Suarez? How many times have we told you about Yereme? How many times have we told you about Cardoso? How many times have we told you about Raul Moro?
Farmers League, Lee. Farmers League. That's what it is.
Yep. Farmers League, guys. It's disgusting behavior, guys. But don't worry, we had Charlie Patino, guys. He was going to be the next Ramsey. He can't even get on the bench in this Farmers League, which is Segunda División. He can't even get on the bench for Deportivo La Coruña.
Yeah. Respect.
Another market opportunity gone, guys. Why are people losing their heads over Jorginho replacements?
No, not this Tinkus Pinkus guy. Jesus.
Pink eye, leave the geezer alone. Big up Troops. I'm on with Troops. Right, it's going to be pre-record. But 1 p.m. tomorrow, I'm on with Troops. Leave the geezer alone. Fully follow my Twitter because it's banter. Yeah, and I don't give a fuck. I've seen compilations. Yeah, in fact, watch this, yeah? Watch this, dickhead. Well, we already knew that. You told us the other day, so there's no need to tell us again. Aubameyang on Instagram wearing an Henry shirt. Does that mean he's signing for Arsenal then?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Because if you look at this guy's pinned, that shirt's cold. I can't lie. That's proper old school shirt. Apparently, I didn't even know it was a shirt. Mate said that was an original shirt back in the day.
Just a shame the player isn't.
Facts. So does this mean we're signing Aubameyang again, guys?
I mean, how old is he? 36. How old is he? 36.
Yeah, he was in a final the other day.
Just stick him in the box.
Yeah. Look at this. Thomas Partey leaving and Benjamin Sesko is the chosen one.
Oh, shit.
Major break-in from Sami Mokbalend. If everything went according to plan, Arsenal will end up signing Sesko. Interview with Latte Firm.
Mm.
Do you know what makes that even worse, Lee? Just before I was about to end, Yasser came into my chat and apparently he put a link out saying from at Team Talker got over 100,000 viewers on their X account. Victor Gyökeres has now informed Man United that he wants to join them. I don't know how truthful this source is, but that is damning. What we've just seen up there to say that Sesko is going to end up coming to us.
But it's believable, Karl, no? It's believable.
It is believable.
This is how you have to listen to these people, yeah? That's how you have to listen to these people. Because they tell you they're gay without telling you they're gay, bruv. Very curious.
Yeah.
But Norgard has scored twice against Arsenal for Brentford. Has he scored twice for?
Run it, Lee.
He's also their captain, the African goon we had on here earlier.
Oh, my dude.
which means he brings leadership qualities. Okay. Just to let you
We
know,
got
guys.
enough of that.
Just to let you know, Marcus Rashford scored how many goals against Arsenal? Has he got leadership qualities? He's got leadership qualities, guys.
Yep. Yeah, but as if he was a captain. Like we didn't have captains that came to this club and did absolutely nothing. So
He's also
yeah,
Prem proven,
past that.
ready and experienced. Well, so is Thomas Partey and better. Shrewd signing that allows us to still spend big on attackers.
Oh, I knew that one.
This is Moreno Riot all over again. People are going to do U-turns when the player actually plays and people realise he's a decent player. Remember what people were saying about Jorginho ended up being a solid signing for us. It's always been class.
Why are people
His
saying
was
that?
much higher. Because Charlie Boy Watts has said it. Shrewd business, he knows. Where are the attackers? Goosebumps. This is pathetic. Pathetic, bruv. Let's have a look at the quotes on this. These people chat shit, bro. I don't know what that says. Anyway, this is what we're dealing with, guys, unfortunately. We've got thousands of these people. Taylor Hines is set to sign for Arsenal. Free transfer agreed. Understood Liverpool did. Oh, so we've... hold on a second. So Arsenal's main striker. Big up Salim, my G, bruv. Come on. Bless up, brother. Big up to you, my guy. So what you're telling me is we're signing the right winger from Manchester City for the women's team. We've already signed Manchester United striker Russo. And now we're signing Liverpool's player in defence for free. So we signed Russo for free. We're signing Chloe Kelly for fucking next to nothing. And we're signing Liverpool. It's almost like Sleggers knows what she's doing, isn't it?
Well, there's no excuse for them to win the Women's Super League, then, isn't there? Next season.
Exactly, and if she don't, she'll get sacked.
Capiche?
I've got a clip I want to play. This isn't it. Let's listen to this though.
Down between Arsenal and Thomas Partey.
Right, who's this guy? Realness over hype. Okay, I'll be the judge of that, my friend. And so will the 1,500 people inside. Okay. So, Bushi Laba, or Buki, I don't know how you say his name. My bad. Thomas Partey in Arsenal exiting details.
What went down?
Tell us what went down, my G.
Hi. So let me elaborate in details what went down between Arsenal and Thomas Partey, negotiation-wise, and why he's leaving Arsenal. Let's start from the first angle. Arsenal main plan, number one plan, was to sign Zubimendi and Jorginho as backup. That was the plan. Arsenal had no plans of giving Thomas Partey a new contract. He was even told towards the start of the season that he will not get a new contract, or that at the end of the contract, he's supposed to leave.
Okay, so why don't we sell him then? If this is true, which it probably ain't, he was told at the start of last season he won't get a new contract, so why don't we sell him last summer then? We could have got some money for him. But carry on.
That was the understanding. Note, Partey have been asking for a new contract at Arsenal since 2 years ago. But Arsenal refused to negotiate at that time because they had plans of bringing in Zubimendi. So that was Arsenal's first plan.
Okay, so again, for 2 years, why haven't we sold him then?
Hang on, but they said they've had Zubimendi in their minds for the last 2 years. So why did we go get Moreno last year then if we wanted Zubimendi? Moreno was their best midfielder.
Facts.
Zubimendi was their best one, and that's cutting it very fine. That just makes no sense.
Carry on though, my friend. Tell us more.
Everything automatically changed when Jorginho decided to leave. Arsenal did everything possible at Arteta to keep Jorginho. They even offered Jorginho a big pump in pay.
A big pump in pay. And then he decided to go to Brazil for less money.
Flamingo.
For less money.
Yeah. Good one. Yeah.
And also offered him the
It's almost like Arteta's the problem.
coaching parties at Arsenal. Arteta wanted Jorginho to stay. Jorginho is well respected by Arsenal players, well valued. The Arsenal coaching staff, they love Jorginho. He was respected. So Arteta wanted him to stay. Also, when you see the Arsenal team that lacked leaders, so Jorginho was supposed to stay. But everything switched when Flamengo came in and they offered Jorginho a deal of his life. 3 years contract, also continue playing, continue his coaching baddies to our Flamengo. And also, you see the Flamengo coach.
Yeah. Did anyone see that?
Also continue
the deal of his life.
Continue.
He's coaching baddies.
Oh, shit.
Maybe it is the deal of his life, guys. Maybe it is the deal of his life. Are you going to run away baddies. Are you going to stay in England or are you going to go and coach the baddies in Brazil? You know what I'm saying?
He's coaching baddies to our Flamengo. And also, you see the Flamengo coach. He played for Flamengo and then went on to be the coach. So Jorginho saw Flamengo as a good face for him to go into coaching after when he's done playing. Even at the end, the last day, Arteta still was trying to convince Jorginho to stay, but he has already made up his mind. Also, Arsenal having no...
But when Arteta, he's got the pull. When Arsenal knock, it's a different knock. Yeah. Obviously not. When Arsenal knock, yeah, it's knock off, bruv. That's what it is. It's fucking Del Boy.
So my 4-year-old knocking at the door. It's very quiet. You can barely fucking hear it. It's
mad thing.
You know what the weird thing is that Jorginho is Arteta's player. So I don't understand how you couldn't keep your player that you actually brought.
And he offered him a coaching role. Where have we had this before? Oh yeah, Mohamed El Neni. Yeah, we never gave him a coaching role. We didn't get him his badges, and he fucked off and won a trophy as soon as he left. Won a cup as soon as he left. And you watch, yeah. Jorginho will win a trophy at that club. But they offered him the deal of his life. No, they didn't. We offered more money. And he's living in London.
After Jorginho decided to leave, went back to Thomas Partey and offered him a new contract. The contract was on the same wages. This was towards the end of the season. On the same wages, not reduced wages, the same wages. And Partey wanted more because he has been at Arsenal for 5 good years. He wanted more in assurance.
I said 5 good years, he's won nothing.
More in playing time, and also wanted increased wages. And if you think about it properly, honestly, he has been at Arsenal for 5 years. How would you give a player that has been in the club for 5 years the same wage?
Because they've not won anything, bruv.
And you're aging and you're not performing. Well, but he did perform this season, but I'm talking about overall. I mean, yeah.
I've been following football for a long time. I've not seen when the player gets 5 years the same wages. Contract extension are normally pay extension. So both Arteta, both Arsenal and Partey decided to wait after negotiating after the season. So negotiations continued for Thomas Partey after the season ended. Also till last week, there was a meeting in London. I think Arteta is somewhere in Spain, but he managed to do the meeting, and
he managed to do the meeting, but he was in Spain. So whereabouts in London was it, and was he present? Did he fly back, or was it on Zoom?
Concluded respectfully that respectfully. So that was how it happened. There was no gra-gra, there was no fight. It was just mutual understanding. The club had this to offer, but they wanted this. And that's how the relationship ended between Thomas Partey and Arsenal. And I know for a fact he has offers from Turkey. There's a specific club right now willing to pay Partey what he wants, even higher. The Saudis right now...
Which club? Why didn't you tell us then?
Not really asked so much of Partey because they switch mentality in players they buy. They go for players younger these days in Saudi Arabia. So they are not...
Well, they've just signed Ronaldo up and he's 40 years old, mate. Just signed him up again to a 2-year deal.
Not really asked for Thomas Partey. He just has interest from Italy, one from England, and I think he's leaning more to Turkey. More updates soon. Gracias.
What the fuck have we just listened to? Who even is this brother?
Do you know what?
Hi. So let me elaborate.
Do you know what I understood from all of this? We had 2 years to sell Partey. That's all I heard. That's all I heard. I didn't care about the rest.
And 2 years, you could have got a lot more than what we ended up not getting for him in the end.
Elite level waffle. That's exactly what that was. Elite level waffle. We had 2 years to sign Partey, and we didn't bother. However, I do have another clip that I want to play. I'm going to have to send it to... Where am I going to have to send this to? Because I can't play off here. And I don't care if these fuckers do me for copyright either. Yeah, I don't have that link to my PC. This is Harry Symeou.
Oh, Jesus.
On Talk Sport. Harry Symeou on Talk Sport. But as you can see, this guy, Eduardo Pagan, he's getting paid for every repost for this betting company, which is haram, bruv. Only Ryan Gravenberch made more interceptions. What did Ryan Gravenberch? Oh, he won the league. Okay. Do you remember when they were doing this that only, Mikel Merino had the most interceptions or ball recoveries in the top 5 leagues? Do you remember that shit? How did that work out? Okay, cool. Welcome to the family. Welcome to the family, bruv. You need to find your family, bruv, because I swear you got fucking abandoned at birth. Grateful to Arsenal for opening their doors and allowing me to use their facilities at training ground that holds my memories. Once a part of the family, always part of the family. Warm welcome back. Bruv, how about fuck off and pay a gym membership? How about that? You were nicking 50 grand a week. And what are we doing here? Why are you taking a picture? Oh, look, Arsenal is so great. Look how many times this dickhead reposts this shit. Justin. I bet you'd love to be Justin Sammy Mockbellend, mate. Jay Sean from Wish, bruv. Jay Sean from Wish. Sammy Mockbellend. I bet you'd love to be Justin him. Arsenal agree, Melgard. Undergo medical. Look at the fucking state of this guy's account, bruv. Look at this. Look at this bullshit. Man flew a barber all the way from England to Mykonos, Sesko, and to have his haircut, bruv. And yeah, this is the result, guys. But the African goon got a reply, guys. Haha, you're gonna have an update soon. This was the haircut. Where's the haircut, guys? Maybe it's the next post. Actually, I need to go on his account. What am I doing, bruv? Here we go. Arsenal FBI. Oh, man's called Elvis, bruv. And now Twitter's fucking froze. Fuck's sake. No, StreamYard's froze, for fuck's sake. Mate, 3 times it's done this to me today. It's going to take about a minute or so. Yeah, but you can hear me, yeah?
Yeah, we can hear you still.
Yeah.
Bro, do you know what pisses me off with these people, yeah? How about just stop trying to get shit out there first? How about stop trying to be the tippity tip-top gooner? How about stop trying to fucking lie through your teeth with a straight face? How about just say it as it is? We have 5 midfielders. Yeah, as soon as Declan Rice gets injured, we're finished. And not only that, yeah, Saka has got a 7-inch scar on the back of his leg. Gabriel Magalhaes is coming back from a scar on the back of his fucking leg. 29's got a scar on the back of his leg. Timber's gone for surgery twice in 2 years. Jesus 4 times in 3 years. Yeah, Tommy Yasu is even alive. Yeah. Now you've got fucking Kivior that could be sold and shit anyway. Zinchenko shit anyway. Yeah, Skelly, Ethan. Yeah, this is a joke. Martinelli. They want Trossard sold. These men don't realize how fucked we are. And this guy, this African goon, yeah, I showed him the wage bill earlier in comparison to other clubs when he jumped on the channel. Yeah. Showed him the wage bill in comparison to other clubs. He couldn't believe what he was watching. Couldn't believe it, bro.
That's because they don't look at those sorts of things.
I'm going to jump out and jump back in because I've gone black screen.
No, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's good. Rachid, that's because they don't look at those sort of stuff. They only care about what's the next up and coming thing, what's the next special type of player that they can go after. But what they don't actually do is go through the finances and the metrics of the club and realize that, oh, okay, I went through it on my channel literally just a minute ago, and it's like, this is damning. Was it 99 million to pay remaining of the contract for freaking Jesus and Havertz? Surprised we're not in freaking suicidal meltdown. If that was any corporate company playing that sort of money, they'd be on the verge of administration very, very quickly.
And that's from the start of last season.
That's from the start of last season.
Yeah. So 1st of July that had dropped down.
Yeah.
And it'd take off like 15.7 and 13, whatever it was. Because that the 1st of July, that are update. So it'll be 3 years and 2 years left instead of 4 and 3. Yeah. But now add in the amount of money we spent buying them. Yeah. The amount of money on the fees. Yeah. Right. Now add in the wages, plus the wages that we've already paid them since we signed them. Both of them players between them are going to cost us the best part of £250 million. Yeah. And this man is sitting there saying he knows exactly what we need. No, he's absolutely fucked our football club up. Yeah, to the point where we're going and getting Kepa, yeah, and fucking Norgard. And these men are out here giving it, oh, well, Norgard's a great signing because he's younger than Partey. Bruv, he's literally, just turned 31. Partey's just turned 32, bruv. Yeah, what are we doing here? Yeah, this is a fucking joke. Yeah, not only that, these men think players expire at 30. So why are they gassing up a 31-year-old? They said get rid of Trossard. Yeah, I had African Guna on here earlier. I said, would you get rid of Trossard? He went, yeah. I said, why? He goes, he's, we need another left winger, and then they can rotate with Martinelli, so he'd be third choice. I said, so cool. What about Norgard then? And he goes, well, he's third choice. I said, so why are you happy with that then? What are we doing here? He goes, oh, yeah, but Trossard, this, Trossard. I was like, what do you mean Trossard? Yeah. But I don't think they realise we've only got 5 midfielders. I don't think they realise that.
Yeah, they don't. But they will.
Big up LB for the raid and all the raiders, yeah? We have Odegaard, Norgard, Rice, Zubamendi, Marino. That's our 5 midfielders for the entire season. Then what we're going to do is we're going to have 29 in midfield. Yeah, and we're going to have Max Dowman. So we've got 7. That's how they're going to play it off. Because Sesko is going to sign for this football club. Yeah, and he ain't playing second fiddle to 29. So 29 is going to go out on the left, the right, number 10, midfield. Then Max Dowman's going to get a few games here and there. He's going to be shoehorned in every now and again. These men are sitting there telling me today, but don't worry. Kepa's only 5 million. Cool. Now add in the wages. What happens if David Raya breaks his wrist in the first game of the season or pre-season? Well, are you comfortable with this guy playing for 6 months then? Then they're telling me, oh, they're only going to play the cup games. Yeah, African Guna told me earlier, chat my line. African Guna told me earlier, yeah, but him and Norgard, they're only going to play the cup games. Cool, so we're throwing the cups away again then. So we're throwing the cups away again then. Yeah. Then he sat there and said, I'll only accept a Champions League or Premier League this season. I said, cool. So if we go and get a Champions League final, lose the league by 1 point, quarter-final with the FA Cup and semi-final with the League Cup, you want him sacked? He went, yeah. He goes, but if he wins the FA Cup and gets Champions League final, I'd keep him. So it ain't just about the Champions League or league then. There's the narrative. Oh, we got Champions League final and he won the FA Cup. Round and round and round we go next season as well, mate. Yeah.
And that's the thing, Lee. It's season after season. Do you know what I'm saying? It's so easy for Arteta. It's so easy to please these Arsenal fans. You know what I'm saying? It's so easy to please them. The bare minimum, they'll be happy with the bare minimum. Do you know what I'm saying? Because they're used to that mentality. Because think about it, yeah? What did he say? When you break it down, he said that Arteta, if he gets second place or gets to a final, we'll still back him. So that's after 5 years or 6 years of your life, watching 750 be spent on maybe 80% of shit players. Because bear in mind, yeah, I really now, if we go in with this midfield, we're not gonna win anything. I know right now we're not gonna win anything. No. So I think that Arteta might get sacked at the end of the season. He's gonna leave us a pile of shit. Do you know what I'm saying? And there's no diamonds in that. Do you know what I'm saying? We're finished. As soon as he leaves, it's a big problem for us. It is a big problem.
What happens if Saka gets injured?
But we're done. We're done. If Saka gets injured, we're done. Because every time we tell him bring someone to compete with Saka, but you know what I'm saying, it's going to affect his progression. But what do you mean affect his progression? What about competition? This whole sport is built on competition. It's the whole point of the football. Football is competing to win. So competition is a must in a team
What happens if Rice
against
gets
other
injured?
teams. Yeah, then it's Moreno. And then everybody will be like us, Lee, right now. Oh, shit. We look at the midfielders we have. Oh, shit, we got Moreno. Oh, no. It's going to be a tough game. I can't lie.
Moreno,
If
Zubimendi, and
Rice was
Odegaard
there,
won back the Sociedad 2019
man,
season, yeah?
oh, my
We're dusted.
days.
We're
Oh,
dusted.
my days, man.
Now what happens if
Oh,
Saliba
shit.
gets injured?
Oh, even more dusted.
Well, Gabriel, we don't even know what's going to happen with him after the surgery. Ben White's fucked. We see that. Saka's fucked. Timber's fucked. You know, we put that interview out. So that entire right side's fucked. Odegaard's shit anyway. Not only that, Odegaard's won 4 out of 4 as a nation for the Club World Cup. For the World Cup qualifiers. They've got 4 games left. It's a World Cup year next year. You're telling me these men are going full tilt next year? Nope. Especially the Norwegians, bruv, because they ain't qualified for 26 years. You're telling me he already ducks out of tackles. You're telling me Saka ain't going to be ducking out of tackles. He's been doing it for weeks because the adrenaline run out. Timber's told us adrenaline run out. Yeah. Bro, now add in all the players, every single player that's had surgery. Yeah, these men, when we're sitting there telling them we need 10 players, bro, if you think about it, and I said this earlier, yeah, sorry if I'm repeating myself to a lot of people that heard it. We had a 22-man squad. 2 of them got added in afterwards, Skelly and Ethan, yeah? 24-man squad. Right? Now take out Neto and Sterling because they've gone back off loan. So now it's back to 22-man. And now add in the 3 we've signed. It's now 25-man. Yeah, now take out the 3 that have left for free. It's now back down to 22-man. Now take out Jesus and Tomiyasu. It's now 20-man. Now 20-man. Now, yeah, add in Fabio Vieira, Reece Nelson, who are going to leave Lakonga. They're all going to leave, bruv. It's now a 20-man squad. 20-man squad, bruv. So now we're going to go and buy a striker. Cool, it's now 21-man. Now what happens, yeah, if 2 of our fucking players get injured, if Rice and Saliba or Saka get injured next season, we are finished. And they will get injured. They will. They will. What happens if Sesko comes in, yeah, and gets injured first game of the season? We're back to square one again.
Yeah.
And it can happen because we've seen it before. See it with Timber, ACL. See it with Marino. There's going to be a scenario this season in the Premier League where we're going to have Marino, yeah, Norgard, yeah, and fucking Odegaard in midfield. There'll be a scenario because Zubimendi will get injured this season, 100%. Saka will get injured, and I wish them all well. I don't want them to get injured, of course. Yeah. If I was a gambling man, which I'm not, I'd put quite a lot of money on him not going to the World Cup next year, Saka, because he ain't going to be fit enough. He's going to do an injury again. Yeah, he looked fucked, bruv. Let's just be real with it. That guy weren't fucking running up and down the wing.
He should never have played after he sustained that injury. He should never ever have played. He should have just been right. You're having your surgery. You're done for the rest of the season. I have never seen an athlete in any sport, let alone in football alone, have a surgery and then still come back in the same season and think he can still come up and can still carry on the way he started.
But he scored against Everton and Madrid.
That doesn't matter.
And then he scored 1 in 13 after that.
That doesn't matter.
He barely touched the ball.
The prime example I will give you, okay, is to support the Patriots, right? My favorite receiver. He went down. He tore his ACL. He needed surgery. He tore his ACL in week 3 of pre-season. There was an opportunity for him to come back in the final 2 games of the season, even though we'd make the postseason. But the coach said, "Nope, get yourself surgery. Fuck off. We'll see you in mandatory minicamp in May next year." Yep. That's what he told him to. And guess what? He ended up being MVP and we won us a Super Bowl the following year. That's how you do. That's how you actually help your players.
We're going to have to sell someone as well, trust me. Yeah, and London said it could happen to any team. Yeah, the difference is Man City have signed 10 positions, yeah, since January. 10. If they sign a right back, they've signed a whole new starting 11 since January.
And if shit is the fan with them, they've got a conveyor belt full of academy players who can just come in who apparently are quality.
And do you know what the maddest thing is, yeah? You know what the maddest thing is? If you actually go to Man City's team, yeah, watch this. You got Club World Cup, watch this. This is their squad, yeah? Man City squad. Yeah, do you realise how fucked we are? Where is it? There it is. This is Man City's squad the other night. Oh, but it's our Ayin. Nobody cares, bruv. This is the actual fucking squad. Ortega, Krishanov, Kanji, Vardial. 8 Nuri was at left wing back. Nunez at right wing back. Silva and Gundogan. Gonzalez. Haaland, Echemesi. Now look at their bench. Diaz, Rodri, Cherky, Foden, Bob, Reinders, Stones, Ake, Marmoush, Doku, Bettinelli goalkeeper, Victor Reis, Savio, Edison, Nico O'Reilly. Their bench is better than our starting 11. And that starting 11, yeah, is pretty fucking tidy. So guess what, guys? They've built 2 starting 11s. They're going to rotate and go for all 4. They won't win all 4, but they're going to go for all 4. Now, if you have a look at Liverpool's fucking team, yeah, it's just fucking different gravy, bruv. That is crazy. Yeah, Liverpool squad. Liverpool squad. So 25, 26. Liverpool squad. Fuck out of here. What is this doing? Why ain't it loading, bruv? This website's bent.
Says no information.
All right, let's go to the last squad then. Get out of here. Allison.
But then you can't see Verts and Frimpong, no?
No. Well, look at their team already. We already know their team there, right?
Yeah.
But now they've added Verts, Frimpong, and Kirkes. Verts, Frimpong, and Kirkes, bruv. Yeah, and they've already got a manager who's just won the title. Yeah, we're finished. We're absolutely dusted, mate. Now, I don't think people realise that. And it's not even just about the size of the squad. Number 1, our manager's not good enough. Number 2, our captain's not creative. Our 5 midfielders that we will have remaining, how many of them are going to create goals? Because Odegaard don't. Yeah, Marino won't. Yeah, Rice won't. Yeah, Norgard won't. Zubimendi won't. What are we doing here? None of them are going to create. So we're relying on Saka again.
And Lee, at the end of the season, Arteta told us that we lack creativity. So I don't understand how you didn't go out there and buy a creative player. Do you know what I'm saying? You saw how Liverpool moved. Liverpool, because they don't want to depend on Salah all the time, what did they do? Get Verts, someone that can create as well. Now 2 players can keep you busy. So you don't know if Verts is going to play a little through ball or Salah's going to score a goal. That's how a big team thinks. You need options in that midfield, bro. I'll tell you the truth, yeah. If Rice is still playing that number 8, we are not going to win anything. And it's not about Rice. It's about just the position where he is. He's not that guy. There's Skelly. At least play Skelly. We'll create more. I swear to God, we will create more. Because this kind of football, yes, you might beat the big teams, but what about the teams that play a low block and a mid block? Even the big teams, when it matters, you won't beat them, but you'll beat them in in Premier League games. But what happens when the team plays you a low block or mid block? Have you even figured out that problem? Have we even looked at that issue? Because it happened last year. It's the reason why we didn't win. So how have you not looked at the issue, but you're focusing on another issue now? And now by the end of the whole summer window, we'll be stuck with Sesko, Zubimendi, Norgard, and Raya, and somebody that we don't want as well. Have you solved the problem? Because you haven't. Yeah, you actually made the problem even harder. Because you remember when Partey didn't play in that midfield. You remember when we bought Moreno to play that football. You remember when we bring on Jorginho and he's not good enough and he's not fast enough for the pace. You've seen that. You've seen nobody rated Jorginho. I don't understand why everybody's saying he had a good season. What? Kivior is so easy. It's so easy. Do you know what I'm saying? My block. Oh, my bad. But it's so easy to see. Do you know what I'm saying? It's so easy to see. I see this midfield creating absolutely nothing. We're gonna go back to the wings and cross the ball and cross the ball and cross the ball. Play the same way we played last season. So even though you've seen all our deficiencies, you haven't even, you know what I'm saying, you haven't solved the problem. But it just goes to show. it goes to show. Do you know what I'm saying? Is something happening? Is something happening? Am I blocked? Lee, are you blocked?
No.
Oh, sorry.
No. Sorry. I was listening to a voice message.
No. Oh no. I thought it was blocked. Sorry, but it's probably the. But yeah, do you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not understanding this whole thing, man. I'm trying to. It's long this season. Hey, listen. From now, if we go in with this midfield, we ain't gonna win nothing. We ain't gonna win nothing.
So we ain't winning
And
nothing with this
hopefully he'll
manager.
be sacked.
We
It's
know
the
City.
manager.
We know City and Liverpool. It's going to be one of City and Liverpool going to win the league. The Champions League, you might as well just pack it all up. And then there's the cups. Maybe one of the cups.
Nope.
But is that going to set? Okay, not one of the cups then.
We can't.
No, this fan
We
base on
can't,
mass have
Karl,
already thrown
because
the
we're not
cups
going
away.
strong. Yeah, we're not going strong for the cups. And the thing is that's the only thing we can really win. That's realistically the only option we can win. Do you know at the start of the season when they tell you what your goals are?
Yep.
That should be your goal, because let's be honest, you're not good enough for we're not good enough for the Premier League or the Champions League. Yes, it might be a little semi-final, quarter-final. It might be second place or third place, but you're not going to win it. That's my whole point. We're not going to win it. It's just impossible. With this midfield, we haven't sold nothing. We're back to square one. It's always back to square one with these. That's why Dan Potts has got the sickest name in the game. The roundabout. Do you know what I'm saying? The roundabout. That's exactly what happens. That's exactly what happens with Arsenal every fucking time. Every time we bring in a player, we take away another player. So like Shane said, big up to him. He said like we might sell Martinelli to now just rely on Trossard and what's his name, Nelson, just to free up some money for
Nelson
Sesko.
had the opportunity. He had an opportunity to get a position here at this football club, and he pissed it away on more than one occasion. He ain't worth a damn anymore. He tried to play at Fulham, and guess what? Fulham don't want his ass. So if Fulham don't want him, why should we accept him back?
And he's on $100,000 a week.
That's mad.
So we're getting peanuts. Zinchenko's down to the last year of the contract, so we're getting peanuts.
Bro, we're going to be ripping up at least 60-65% of players' contracts by the time Arteta goes, because they're not going to have no sell-on. We're going to have no sell-on value whatsoever.
Bro, we told these people, yeah, we need 10 players. They laughed at us. They're going to find out real quick we need 10 players. Because when they look at the squad come the 1st of September when the window shuts, they're going to look at that squad and go, Ross. Tommy Yasu and Jesus ain't fit until December, January. Fuck. Max Dowman's in the squad. Well, he's only 15. Fuck. Ethan and Skelly, well, they're only young. Shit. Fuck. Well, that's 5 players. Oh, my days. Ben White's not the same. Oh, mate. Gabriel's just coming back. Saka ain't look the same. Shit. Timber's just coming back. Oh, my God. Trossard. Oh, shit. He's rubbish, apparently. Yeah, then we got 29. Marino. 29. Oh, my God. And then they're going to go Calafiori. Oh, shit. Kivior. Yeah, we're dusted, bruv. We did tell them. They didn't want to hear it. We've mismanaged the money. Yeah, Berta's on fraud watch, by the way. Unless, and I'll give him until this time next year. Unless he's just going, yeah, cool, get whatever you want, mate.
Yes, do you reckon that's
what? Exactly.
Do you reckon that's what Berta's doing? Do you reckon that's exactly what Berta's doing? He's like, you want this guy? Cool. You want those guys? Yeah, no problem at all.
I need a sign, Karl.
But in the back of his mind, I am secretly fucking killing you from the inside out, man.
Yeah, killing him softly.
I mean,
refugees.
I mean, you know what I want? I want him to come out, do a little interview or something, just to give.
He hasn't done a single interview.
Just say, yeah. Just let's know the plans. Are you cooking for?
But that's why he's not done an interview, because he don't want us to know where he's going to stab him in the back. And do you know what the funniest thing is? You remember when a girl said, yeah, but he was cuddling and they cuddled on the pitch after the Madrid game. Matty goes, yeah. On the back. Matty goes to him. He goes, yeah, he was looking where to put the knife, bruv.
Exactly. Keep your enemies close. Trust me.
We've not seen a single interview from Berta, bro. Look how many interviews they did with Edu and Arteta. We haven't heard from him. We haven't heard our plans.
Is Edu
We haven't
gonna
heard
But it's not looking good, Lee.
Edu going to spill the beans?
Hopefully.
Because he's only 6 days away now from actually his ND, from his garden leave actually finishing.
Hopefully. Can you imagine if Edu comes out and just goes, yo, they're just taking the piss. I didn't want Sterling. He wanted Sterling. I didn't feel like, could you imagine if he actually comes out and says, yo, yeah, it was almost like, oh, well, I was just anonymous. Yeah, let's just be real with it, yeah? Right? Vinay's left. He's now at Tottenham, sitting there on the fucking thing with Daniel Levy the other day, saying, oh, yes, well, we want to win the Premier League and Champions League. Yeah, good one, mate. Yeah, he just sacked a manager that won a trophy for a manager that's never won a trophy. Yeah, and the manager that's won the trophy at your football club for the first time in 17 years and won major honours around the world, you've sacked for a guy that ain't won nothing. Yeah, so that gimmick's going to carry on. And Spurs fans watch next season, yeah, they'll gas up everything. They'll play better brand of football for a couple of months. Normally, they won't win fuck all. And inside 2 years, if he don't win nothing, Thomas Frank, inside 2 years, factually, he's worse than Ange Postecoglou. Because then he would have gone 2 years without a trophy. Ange didn't. And Ange said, I always win in my second year. Can you imagine how peak that is? That he sat there straight down the camera and said, yeah, I always win in my second year.
I would never say that, Lee.
And then he went
I would never.
With Tottenham of all fucking teams. Man United fans, you should be embarrassed, mate. How do you let that lot beat you in a final?
But he played different in the final. Let's be honest. He played.
Do you know why? Because he knew he was getting potted, Rachid. He knew he was getting fucking potted, bro. Yeah. He knew he weren't going to win the league. He knew he weren't going to win the league. He knows Tottenham ain't going to win the league. Yeah. He played and he did. Sorry, Eduardo Pagan and Mosquito forms now finished. Soon as he got that goal, he carried on. Yeah, and then 20 minutes to go, he was like, yeah, cool, we'll just shut up shop, mate. We'll bring another centre half on. They ain't going to score this shit. Yeah, and he just mid to low blocked them, and then we're never going to score. Bro,
that's the thing.
You know how fucking peak that is with Tottenham?
I think he sat there.
Johnson.
I think he sat there. He was like a final. Let me think about it. It's a final. Yes, I've played my football, but it's about time to. I'm saying we change things up. That's what happened.
He was getting sacked anyway.
Yeah.
He knew it.
Yeah. He would have lost. If he played the high line, he would have lost, Lee. 100. He would have lost if he played the high line. Yeah, I really do believe he would have. But
you know what's peak with that as well, lads, yeah? He dropped his captain for the final.
He dropped Son.
And the only reason Son came on is because the fucking pigeon, Richarlison, got injured. It's the only reason Son came on, because he wouldn't have got a game. He dropped his captain for that final. Are we dropping Odegaard? Nope. Odegaard is the perfect embodiment of this manager.
Facts.
That's what it is. It's crazy. Yeah, I'm sick of this fucking club. Listen, I'm going to go piss real quick, yeah? And we'll get these super chats. Big up to everyone locked in. I want to play this TalkSport clip afterwards, yeah, from Harry Symeou. See what he's saying. Bye-bye. Lovely. That was the gal. In Mosquito. I'll be back in 1 minute.
Oh, my days. Listen. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? No, I don't want to. No, I don't want to. I'll be real. I've listened too much. I've listened to these guys for way too long. Do you know what I'm saying? And it's always excuses. Do you know what I'm saying? Protecting the players, and they're just so in love with these players. I don't understand, Karl. I don't understand the attachment. Do you know what I'm saying? I really don't understand that attachment.
It is an emotional attachment.
But what happened to Partey is But what happened to Partey is crazy, Karl. Let's be honest. Because he's the best midfielder.
He is.
In that
someone in my chat earlier on today said he spent 40% of his career at Arsenal on the injury table. 40%. Which is not wrong. But on the flip side of that, Thomas Partey is our best defensive midfielder out there. He's the only one that can command. He's the only one that can anchor that back four. He's the only one who can pass on the turn. He's the only one who can out-muscle defenders and other midfielders. Rice doesn't really do that. Zubimendi is going to get. You watch Zubimendi try and go after a Legion midfielder. Holy shit! It's going to be like watching. If you ever watch hockey, players get slapped into the glass. Yeah, that's what's going to happen to. That's going to happen to Zubimendi when we play Leeds in the second game. It's going to be nasty. It's going to be absolutely nasty. But the whole.
You know what it is as well, Karl.
Go on.
We didn't sell him. This is what pisses me off. We don't sell these players. We had a chance to get at least 40 mil for this player. At least 40 mil for Partey.
And that could have gone
to sell him somewhere.
That could have gone to like someone like
to another midfielder, right?
Paulinho,
another
maybe.
midfielder and add that little 10. Do you know what I'm saying? Someone of the level, or there's not a huge drop. You know how like there's a huge drop from Gabriel to Kivio? Do you know what I'm saying? I don't know why people gas Kivio, I'll be honest. There's a huge drop. There's a huge drop. But I'll be honest. Yeah, 100%. 100%.
He's average. It's working wife, but he's average.
We did it with Abba as well. Yeah. He's working well. Nice. I can't lie. How much out of 10? How much out of 10? How much out of 10, Karl?
Are we really going down this road already? Hour into the stream and already going down the road?
Yeah. 8.7. 8.7.
It's got. I was going to say an 8. I was going to say an 8. Had to be.
That's all right. Still, if she is an 8, she's gonna lose it. But listen, man, I don't know. Maybe they're keeping him just for that. You know what I'm saying? Just to see her. I don't know. I really don't know what Kivio's story is at this club. Not just him, to be honest. Not just him, because there's other players as well that we need to let go and get better than them. But unfortunately, now the money's looking tight. All of a sudden, we don't have that 350 million war chest. Do you remember that one, Karl?
Yeah.
Do you remember that one? The 350.
DG2 says in the chat here, we were linked to Paulinho, Ruben Neves, and Milinkovic-Savic, etc., but got none of them. I'll set her out. Milinkovic-Savic is playing at my Saudi club, Al Hilal, right now. Ruben Neves is playing at my Saudi club. Paulinho, is he at Bayern or is he still at Fulham? I think he's at Fulham. I think he is at Fulham still. It's just crazy. I got absolutely no. Is that also your Saudi team, Ashbourne? Yeah, right. Well, we got to win in the early hours of Friday morning. Otherwise, we're absolutely buggered. We got to win, and Real Madrid have got to do us a favour. So, Paulinho's at Bayern. Yeah, I was going to say Static. Thanks for that. Thank you for correcting me. Yeah, he's at Bayern. So we had opportunities to get better players, defensive midfielders. Can you imagine we got like Paulinho or Milinkovic-Savic playing in that defensive midfield role?
Yeah, but we're not saving money to get a striker, innit? That's what it is about right now. We're saving money to buy a striker. There you go, Karl. That's what they're going to tell you. It's fucking
crazy, but it's a striker that none of us rate. The top gooners might rate highly, but I don't watch the Bundesliga often enough, and if I do watch the Bundesliga, it's only when it's Bayern Munich, Borussia Dortmund, and even that freaking rivalry's gone bloody stale.
Karl, you know what's going to happen? I think that he's going to score more than Havertz, and people get gassed about it because he scored more than Havertz. So they'll believe that at some point this guy's going to be a 20-plus goal scorer, and he's not going to get there. No. But he's going to score. Defo is going to score more than Havertz. Defo more than Havertz. But the problem is that we've weakened our midfield so much. Now, who's going to do that Partey role? Do you know what I'm saying? Our midfield is the problem. Our problem is creativity. That's what he said at the end of his last press conference. He was like, "We lack creativity." I don't see anything now. There's absolutely nothing in that midfield. Just a bunch of. Do you know what I'm saying? Destroyers, just a bunch of destroyers. Maybe Zubimendi can maybe play a little pass.
It's like building the biggest and amazing wall over your property or over your castle, shall we say, but you don't give any of the guards guns to fight back with if that wall gets penetrated. Pause. That's where we're sitting at right now. We're building a fantastic wall, a great defensive wall, but if you've got no guns to fire at the opposition, guess what? You've got absolutely no chance of surviving anyway. Absolutely crazy. I told Sovaguni the other day, also heading for a storm and won't get out of it for 2 more years. Mems, you're spot on. You're absolutely spot on there. I just think that we're in deep trouble. Deep trouble. We need to sign Rodgers and Eze, but this prick signs Norgard. Make it make sense. Rodgers is a baller, and so is Eze. But apparently Eze's being linked with Tottenham. If Tottenham get Eze, I'm gonna flip and lose it. I will absolutely lose it. Brentford have a better front three than Arsenal. Yeah, I think. Well, unless Mbeumo ends up going to Man United, then you have to probably have a conversation about that. Mate, can you tell Lee to check his email, please? Jar, I'll speak to him and let him know. Rice is probably our only best midfielder now, North Dank. You're right. I think he is now. You know, it's certainly not Odegaard. I mean, if he's still bang down with confidence from last season, because we knew he was injured, but maybe he just his confidence was shot to pieces. If he goes into this season with his confidence shot to pieces, we got absolutely no chance. We got no chance in the middle.
Don't worry, Karl. He's had a baby, which is a bastard, because it was out of wedlock. Oh, you're being so negative. No, he got married after the baby was born. That's factually a bastard. But don't worry, guys.
That is a dictionary definition of it, yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. But don't worry, people don't understand what that means. Yeah, but don't worry, guys. Yeah, don't worry, guys. That'll be clips, and everyone will go, "Oh, look at him hating. Oh, he's hating." Guess what? You zesty weirdos, yeah, know everything about every single player on the planet that plays for our club, yeah. Right, every single player from around the world, their wives, their families, everything, yeah. I big up Static as well, my G. That's our brother. Yeah, you know every single thing about every single player. You know their barbers, you know their fucking inside leg measurements, you know their fucking like cock rings. Yeah, you know the fucking everything about these players, but none of them knew that Urian Timber had done an interview, guys, cussing out this manager of his crimes against football. None of them knew that, guys. Hence why we shared it. But anyway, I'm going to grab these super chats and we're going to watch Harry Simeon on Talk Sport, guys. I don't care if Talk Sport do me for copyright. Pick up Guimero instead of Nordegaard. We should have added that to get Kimmich or Fabian Ruiz. One can play CM and Kimmich is solid to replace Partey. And I know Rashid's got a bounce as well. Bounce. That's up to you, bro. What are you saying? Big up Guimero as well. Always love, brother.
Apologies, man. I got a bounce. It's been lit. Lee, thank you for having me on. Karl, salute as always. Big up the chat, man. But yeah, man. Unfortunately, it's the same as last season, the season before that. It's the same way, same Arsenal, same Arteta. Nothing's going to change. We're getting worse and worse.
So we're doing the women's team next season, yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I'm really. I've never watched the women's game.
Oh, we can change her. We can fix her.
Why not? Why not?
I can fix her.
Why not?
I can fix market opportunity. I can fix her.
I'm so. Hey, listen, man. But big up.
Well, I would fix her as well. Don't worry about that.
Nah, I'm tired, man.
Pause.
No, you don't need a
pause. That's not a pause.
That
That's not a pause. It's facts. I know what I can do, guys. I've got the light bulbs, guys.
Link up soon, guys. Link up soon. I've just bought the tickets, by the way.
Literally less than a month.
Link up soon, man.
All roads lead to Madrid.
Yeah, it was last
week. It is literally 1 month today.
Do you know how much my mum paid for a ticket from Newcastle Airport to Malaga?
How much?
£29.
Was it EasyJet?
That's a bargain.
Ryanair.
That's a bargain.
That's probably, yes.
Guess how much I paid? Guess how much I paid for that?
Return. I'd say 212 quid.
Nah, actually, I saved more. It's 178, something like that. I saved more.
That's not too bad. That's still kind of pricey, but it's Madrid, isn't it? Yeah. Which airport?
It's where it is, man. Yeah. Madrid. It was. Wasn't it? Don't they have only one airport? I've never.
No. Which airport in England?
Which airport? Thingy. Gatwick. From Gatwick.
Yeah, that's long.
Yeah. Stansted is so far. Do you know what I'm saying? No.
Yeah. To be fair, from where you are, Stansted is a mission.
Do you know what I'm saying?
It's full of all that. You're right. All that mob. Right. All the Essex mob. Right. Gemma Collins and them, man. You know what I'm saying?
I'll be travelling up Stansted with Northside because he's allowing me to leave my car at his mum's gaff. So yeah, I'll be driving up with him.
Nah, come on. And I'll probably just hire a car and drive. Worst ways. But bless up Rachid, man. Bless up. We'll catch up soon, brother. Always love that.
Catch up soon, brothers.
Bless up.
Peace out, buff.
Yo, let's get these 6 super chats. That's where I live, Gatwick. Yeah, sorry to hear that, babes. Sorry to hear that. Worst day in the history of this club was not Paris 06, not Baku 19 was the day Lego Head was appointed this man. Yeah, after that, yeah. Yeah, facts. Gunnar SC spitting facts. Facts. If he had won that, this manager would never have got the job.
Yeah.
Although maybe we would have sacked him anyway, like Tottenham sacked Ange. Do you imagine that? And then he comes in and wins nothing. Yeah, and this. Do you know what pisses me off here? Bro, it's the fact that they just keep making new excuses up. Yeah, and they're running out of excuses. And you can see them no fire in the eyes, in the heart. They're lying, bruv. And they're lying. They know they're lying, and they continue to fucking lie. That's what winds me up. It's like, bruv, oh, but it's a young squad. Cool. Tottenham's and Chelsea's is younger. Hansi Flick's got the youngest squad in Europe. He won 3 trophies, got a Champions League semi, and was 1 minute away from the final. 1 minute away from the final. And then whoever, I can't remember, Serbia, I think it was, scored right at the death. Took it to extra time, they beat them. Yeah. It's like, bro, what are we doing there? Yeah, what are we doing here? It is boring, bro. PSG have got a young squad. Look at what they're doing. And they went away, from the Messi, Neymar, and Mbappe. Yeah, and now they've gone with a decent coach that's won 5 trophies, I think, or 6 trophies in this. 6, was it 6 or 5? I think it was 5. Either way.
Yeah, it was 5, yeah.
Yeah, well, he could potentially win 7 in one season.
Is this including the Club World Cup?
Yeah. He can win the Super Cup, the Club World Cup, and the Intercontinental Cup. Plus, he won 4 trophies last season. So it's all in the same season, officially. Well, unofficially. Yeah, but 7. He'll complete he'll be the only manager to ever do 7. Crazy work. Big up Nick G. Gosh, I'm trying to sound zesty. Thanks for all your work and constant real content despite all the hate. Hold these Muppets to account. Oh, big ups to you, brother. Come on. My New Zealand G's. We're global, bruv. We're gargantuan, bruv. We're gargantuan. We're gargantuan. And they don't get it. See, we was the only channel out there that translated that timber. Yeah, where's the market leader, Terry Flowers? He's the White Knight. Where's AFTV, the biggest Arsenal channel out there? Oh, they just took a little quote and said that Urian Timber said we need some signings. Big up Tiki Taka Connor, who runs that account. Well done, mate. Tiki Taka twat. Big up Antonymous. Arteta has spent 414 million on midfielders. Liverpool won the league with a midfielder cost 135.
Correction, it's 418 million. That's it. That's with the pending of Zubamendi and Norsgaard.
If I speak, I'm in big trouble, guys. Big trouble, guys. Big trouble. And you are upgrading with Verts. You are. Imagine winning the title and going and smashing the British transfer record. Well, actually, they didn't really. But maybe they did. Who knows? All these numbers are fudged anyway. They even so, they've done 100 million on a player, and he's on less than Declan Rice. Funny how we're up Norgard instantly, but a striker saga still drags on because it takes time and transfers are complicated. Bored of this club bullshit, Eddie Marshall says. And this is what I was saying with African Gooner earlier. It was like, oh, but these deals are more complicated. No, they're not. Oh, but he's coming to the end of his career. Cool. Why didn't we sign Party up then? That would have been easier. We got a deal done inside 5 hours. And in fact, it was probably done yesterday. And they've longed it out today.
Do you know what would have been easier as well? You let Jorginho go. Let's just say we got Zubamendi in, right? So you get Zubamendi and Partey, but Partey's going to be here for 1 year. It's 2 at tops if you give him a 2-year extension, right? You bring Lewis Skelly into that midfield, then Lewis Skelly then learns under Thomas Partey, and then within 2 years, then Lewis Skelly's there for the replacement to be in the number 6.
How many players have we signed to play number 6? Declan Rice, Mikel Merino, Zubimendi.
Yep.
How many players have
Norgard.
Norgard. Yeah.
That's 4.
That's 4. Lokonga, the next Vieira. That's 5.
That's 5.
Who else? I'm sure there's another one. Jorginho, there's 6.
Jorginho at 6.
How many players have we signed to play the number 8 after Xhaka left? 29.
Rice
and Marino, because they can play 6 and 8. Although we can't cover them in both spots. We'll class them as 6s because that's what they were brought in for. So number 8s, we've brought in Fabio Vieira. We've brought in 29. So there's 2. How many players we brought in to play left back?
Oh, fucking hell. We're going to be all night, aren't we? Zinchenko,
Calafiori, Skelly,
Kivior at times.
Who else is there? Nuno Tavares. There's 6.
Nuno Tavares, yeah.
There's 6. Tomiyasu.
That's 7.
7. Timber actually came in as left back. What did I say, Timber? Maybe I did.
I think you said Timber already.
Okay, 6.
That's 7. That's 7 left back.
6. Now take because I said Timber twice, I think.
Okay.
6. How many goalkeepers we brought under this manager?
Raya,
Ramsdale, Runnison, Ryan,
Turner.
Kepa.
That's 6.
6.
Shitting hell, he's in his 6th year.
Just like that. Neto, 7. Neto, 7.
7.
To be fair, Hein was already at the club.
Fucking hell.
7 goalkeepers, just like that. Oh, actually, hold up. Wait a minute. Who was the young lad we bought? Yeah, Setford. That's it. 8.
Tommy Setford.
8. We bought 8 goalkeepers. Did we miss Zinchenko? No, I think we said Zinchenko. 8 goalkeepers, 7 left back. How do we get all the deals done? Yeah, man said he's like a hoarder. Fact. Yeah. How do we get all these goalkeepers, defenders, and defensive-minded midfielders in like that? But we can't do a deal for a forward that's got release clause.
It's almost as if this manager doesn't want to strike.
Nico Williams has a release clause. Why didn't we trigger it for the last 2 years? Yeah. Gyökeres and Sesko have a release clause. Why haven't we triggered them then? Do you know how crazy that is? This is bullshit, bruv.
We're just haggling and pissing around with it. You know, it's like when you're in the club, isn't it? And there's 2 amazingly beautiful women. At some point, you're gonna have to shoot your shot on one of them because guess what? They're both gonna get taken up by the end of the night, and we're gonna.
And then what happens is you stand there and the lights are coming up, and you're looking, where's the pig?
Where's the?
And you're like, shit, the pigs have all gone as well. Fuck, everyone's grabbed a pig. So now you're standing outside the club. Fuck it, I'll go kebab shop. Yeah, maybe I can find something in the kebab. Then you're just chirping up anything, bro, because it's better than a wank. Actually, maybe it's not. I've never done that, by the way, but I know the drill. I always pull the bad thing, bruv. Yeah. I've got the shirt. I can chirps, bruv. I can talk. Do you know what I'm saying? Anyway, it's the 5 in Arteta, the movie. Could you imagine that? In terms of creativity, Arsenal ain't even in the top 7. Big up Clark Kent. Superman is back. And he ain't saving shit at Arsenal. It's unbelievable, bruv. Big up Clark Kent. Big up my boy Magnet. 32 months, my G. 32 months. Happy with the window so far, Lee? You're taking a piss, man.
It's a 2. It's a 2 at the minute.
No, it's not. It's a 0.
It's a 0.
For me, it's a 0. Last summer was a 0. And this summer so far is a 0. And even if we sign Gyökeres and Rodrigo, I'd say that's probably a 4, 5.
Well,
4, 5.
But you've said for time Rodrigo's not coming to Arsenal. He's not. He
Rodrigo's
may leave.
a bad boy. He's a baller.
He ain't gonna leave. He may leave Real Madrid, but it's certainly not to us.
If he's up for sale, right? Let's assume there he comes out, or his dad, who's his agent, comes out and says, "Yo, we're actively looking. Yeah, we're actively looking. You know, Man City are going to sign him, or Bayern Munich are signing him. He ain't coming to Arsenal, bruv. We'll get linked, monitoring, flirting, yeah, leapfrogging, yeah, testing the water. Yeah, what was the other one I see the other day?
Expressing interest.
What was the one I see the other day? It was fucking hilarious, bruv. There was one I see the other day. Where is it? There was one I see the other day. It was too funny. Here we go. Right, Arsenal's determination to complete transfer deals quickly this summer has left European rivals, including Barcelona, stunned. Yeah. The Gunners' speed in lining up targets has forced others to recalibrate and rethink their own strategy.
Recalibrate? Fuck me, that's what I do with me bloody
car. Is this a fucking speed gun for the fucking old bill, yeah? Like a speed camera? Like, get out of it, they have to recalibrate. Recalibrate? You taking the piss? Recalibrate. There was another one as well. Was it? There was another one. I can't find it. There was a fucking other one I screenshot the other day. It was hilarious. It was something to do with. It was to do with acting like. It was something to do with a bid. Yeah, and it was like fucking. Like, well, not forceful bid, but something like fucking going hard bid, you know, up in like the tempo of a bid or something. It was fucking ridiculous, bro. That's what these men are doing. They are chatting absolute recalibrate. Agreed personal terms, bro. I've agreed personal terms with Shakira, bro. I do it for free. Market opportunity. Right, let's play this Harry Simeon clip. Understandably, it's scary and scintillating. We haven't seen a football terrace video recently of him saying Arsenal was scary, which is kind of crazy. Anyway, I don't care if TalkSport do me for copyright because we're playing it anyway because that's how we roll. We're the G's of this app. We're the kings of this app. You're the kings of this app. All the links are pinned as well. 1,500 inside. Get the likes up to 750 though. Come on. Double unskippable. I've got a Nescafe advert. No, I drink tea in the summer, mate. Right, guys, we'll share the screen. It doesn't move the needle. Oh, that's another buzz phrase. It's not a needle mover. It's not a needle mover. It's not a needle mover, guys. Needle mover. We have to keep our powder dry. That's another load of bollocks, isn't it? What powder are you on, bruv? Because I think these men are on powder. Like, real talk. We have to keep our powder dry because if it gets wet, then what? Yeah, these men are chatting absolute bullshit day in, day out.
The only term phrase you should say, keeping your powder dry, is to say shut your mouth and let a game play out, because people chirp pre-game for days and days and days, and when it all goes horribly wrong, they get cooked.
And then what happens is they wait until Terry Flowers does a whole week's campaign on the PGMOL with what's his name? Fucking who's the ex-copper? What's his name? The referee. Bald head fuck. What's his name?
McDermott?
No. What's his name?
Sky,
the ref. The Man United ref. Everyone said he was the Man U ref. What's his fucking name? Not Clattenburg. The other fucker.
Mike Dean?
No, what's his fucking name? It's not Howard Webb. Is it Howard? No, it's not. It's not fucking Anthony Taylor.
Anthony Taylor.
Is it Howard Webb?
I would say bold geezer.
It was the fucking.
There's plenty of bold,
the ex-copper, Man United ref.
Ex-copper, Man United ref.
It's not Howard Webb. Who's Howard Webb, bruv? Is it Howard Webb?
Lee Mason. It's not Lee.
Maybe I'm getting all the names.
Dermot Gallagher. I don't know.
Howard Webb. Oh, it is fucking Howard Webb. My bad. Sorry. Yeah, Howard Webb.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, Howard Webb. Sorry, my bad. I said Kalina.
Because he's always on the panel with Michael Owen, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Howard Webb.
Yeah.
So we have to wait a whole week. Yeah, we have to have a whole week's worth of PGMOL exposed. Okay, cool. So you've exposed the PGMOL to your bot account. That apparently has nearly fucking 500,000 subs, 4.9k people watching, and lands on 16k the next day. Got you. I was fucking talking to that fucker. Let's see how many fucking views his video had earlier. No, this guy chat shit, bruv, and I cooked him expeditiously twice yesterday.
I gave up watching his stuff a very, very long time ago.
I guess. Arsenal will sign Victor Gyökeres, according to this guy. His last title. Deal agreed. So, I don't know how many people were watching. In fact, actually, I do know how many people were watching 12 hours ago with Gold Bitch. 4,000 people. It's on 33k views. Cool. Yesterday, LB and Potts, that peaked at, I think, 3.7k. They were live for an hour and 45 minutes on 29k. Good one. The £200 million deal that ain't ever going to happen. The £200 million bid is on 30k. Notice how he's now mad active. It's almost like he's struggling, bruv. Crazy. And maybe that's why I buddied up with Goldbitch. But anyway, less of that. Let's go to Harry Simeu and see what Harry's saying, guys. Because, I mean, obviously, he's in the press conferences. So surely he knows, right? Gamble aware. Don't gamble, bruv. How about
that? No, never.
TalkSport's Ollie Klink now for some latest transfer gossip and news. The kid in me, the child in me, wants to go straight to...
Hold up. The little boy inside me, Robin Van Persie, isn't it? The kid inside me, bruv. Pause.
Liverpool, but I'm going to behave. I'm going to be professional.
Calm down.
I'm going to be professional.
Down.
And I want to ask him for the latest on Mbeumo to Manchester United or Spurs first, Clinky.
Yeah, we don't just deal in...
Man's called Clinky,
Clinky? Christ almighty, is this what we're led to? Journalism.
This
nowadays?
is TalkSport, guys. Okay, let's go to this.
Prove Arsenal, despite the fact... But for me, it feels like an Arteta...
Load.
Manager Thomas Frank, but he is heading to the Emirates. He's seen as a replacement for Thomas Partey, with Partey set to leave the Emirates. He's 31. He is an established Premier League player. He can slot in at number 6, and Jorginho has also left too. So it feels like a good addition to their squad. They'll also have Zubimendi, who's coming in, Rice and Marino in those kinds of positions. But for me, it feels like an Arteta kind of signing. We know he likes...
It feels like an Arteta signing. Oh, shock. He's the fucking manager,
yes,
mate.
He's the manager with the final say in the transfers.
It's almost like the manager gets the final say at the club that he's managing. It feels like an Arteta signing. Yeah, and this is what I find funny. I don't know who this guy is, and big up to him either way. Yeah, right. I don't watch this channel. I don't know who this other guy is either up here, right? But either way, it feels like an Arteta signing. No fucking shit, Sherlock. 6'1", yeah, 31 years old. Yeah, we're gonna go corner again, LA. Cool. Carry on then. Tell us more, Clinky.
Premier League experience, especially when it is a player coming in.
Does anyone know what team this guy supports, by the way? Premier League experience. How did that work out? Yeah, how did that work out, guys? Yeah, for Andy Carroll when he went from Newcastle to Liverpool. Yeah, or Torres when he went to Chelsea.
Chelsea from Liverpool.
Although, to be fair, he won the champs. But how did that work out in the Prem? Yeah, how does that work out? Yeah, for other players in the Premier League that leave a Premier League club and flop. Yeah, Aubameyang had Premier League experience. He went to Chelsea and flopped after he went to Barcelona. How did Jorginho work out? What about William? He's a Newcastle fan, is he? Lovely Geordie accent, lads. Anyway, carry on.
That is potentially going to be starting on the bench. I guess my question for Mr. Simeu would be, do you see this as Arsenal getting a bit of a bargain for a Premier League captain, or do you see it as a signing that doesn't necessarily improve Arsenal, despite the fact it fills a bit of a hole?
Stop right there. This is why I don't watch these channels. because he's led him down a road to goad him into fucking reaction. Yeah, which is what Flowers does. Let me just play that one more time because most people would have missed that. Yeah,
that's a shrewd way of what he said, by the way. Very shrewd.
This is what Flowers does every day.
Just to rope him in, and he's already tapped. And you can look at Simu's body language. He's already tap dancing already.
This is what Flowers does every day.
Coming in, that is potentially in addition to their heading to the Emirates. He's seen as a replacement for Thomas Partey, with Partey set to leave the Emirates. He's 31. He is an established Premier League player. He can slot in at number 6, and Jorginho has also left too. So it feels like a good addition to their squad. They'll also have Zubimendi, who's coming in, Rice and Marino in those kinds of positions. But for me, it feels like an Arteta kind of signing. We know he likes Premier League experience, especially when it is a player coming in that is potentially going to be starting on the bench. I guess my question for Mr. Simu would be, do you...
Right, listen to the way he rules him in. Well, I've not watched this. Matty sent me this and I'm sharing it. This is what Flowers does, but he don't like the mainstream. Watch the way he gaslights him.
See this as Arsenal getting a bit of a bargain for a Premier League captain, or do you see it as a signing that doesn't necessarily improve Arsenal, despite the fact it fills a bit of a hole?
Right. So right there, yeah? He's asked multiple questions in the same sentence, yeah? So now he's asked, it doesn't move the, do you feel, but it fills a hole. Straight away, before I've even watched this, I guarantee he goes with the negative first. Guarantee it. Yeah, I've not watched it. Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, they're leading questions, and I've worked in direct sales, so that's a leading question. Facts. Because he's leading you down a road, yeah, that he knows you're going to bite at one of the 2 or 3 questions that he's asked you within that sentence. Yeah, then he's going to interject at some point, or he will. And I ain't watched it. I promise you I ain't watched it. Yeah, Matty sent me it while I was live. Yeah, and I guarantee one of these 2 will jump in and they'll go, yeah, but then they'll ask another 2 or 3 questions within the same sentence, which will get a rise out of him because they're leading him down a garden path. Yeah, and they will always get the snippet, which is this snippet, which is 9 minutes long. And this is how they roll. Flowers does the same thing, which is why Flowers never gets clipped. Never heard of this guy, never seen him clipped, never seen this guy clipped. Harry clips his own clips, to be fair.
The guy on the top picture, that's Oladipo, that is. Oladipo, I think his name is.
I still don't know who that is.
Okay.
I don't watch TalkSport.
When the news broke earlier today, I'd be lying if I said I jumped out of my seat with excitement. I'm happy you said that because I was about to...
Say that straight away within seconds, they've jumped in. Whether he's going to agree or disagree, he's jumped in. This guy just spoke for a whole minute and a half. As soon as he spoke for 3 seconds, he's jumped in. Whether he agrees or not, why has he jumped in?
Play your clip. I was about to play the clip you put on Twitter because you was not very excited.
I was not very... So now they're trying to do him dirty and they're ganging up because this is premeditated.
Yeah, it's a 2-on-1 now. Come on.
Very excited. I was not overly happy about it. To be honest with you...
Now they've put in full screen for extra effect.
It feels like, the more I've thought about it throughout the day, it feels like...
And the funny thing is, he don't know that he's full screen at this point. When he's watching, if he does watch it back, he now sees his full screen. That's what Flowers does.
A maintenance signing. It helps us maintain a level, but it doesn't move the needle and push us to that next level, which is why I'm a little bit frustrated. It's nothing to do with Christian Norgard. He's a good enough midfielder. He's a decent midfield player. I don't want to take anything away from him. I don't want it to come across in that way.
No, he's shit.
But when you're told that this is going to be a big summer, when you think that Arsenal kept their powder dry in January, when you...
Oh, for fuck's sake. What did I just say a minute ago? I promise you, I swear down, I have not watched this fucking clip. Needle mover doesn't move the needle and powder dry. I swear down, I have not watched this fucking clip. I've been live. Matty sent it to me live. Matty sent it to me. Matty sent it to me. What time did he send it to me? I can't even fucking see without me goggles. Matty sent it to me 20 to midnight. So 2 hours ago.
Oh, hello. Hooks.
No, I wasn't live.
Hooks is in the chat. Yo, send me the link.
I was talking to my mother. Yo, Hooks. Make sure you got the fucking aircon on, bruv, because you're sweating like a top gooner, brother. I'll message you now, my G. Love. I want to play this clip though, so yeah, I'll send you a link right now. I wasn't live. I was talking to my mum. And I actually replied. And you can see what I said because I don't lie. I'm going live now, so I'll play this on the main. So I'll play this.
And you haven't no,
and I haven't listened to it. And how do I know? Needle mover doesn't move the needle. Powder dry. Yeah, guaranteed. There's more buzz phrases in this. Guarantee it. But let's carry on while we send this to full-time stinker and cooked in America, bruv.
We need to do a bingo.
Last summer was a little bit underwhelming as well. I was expecting Arsenal to make the type of signings this summer that will move the needle. Now they might still do that, but this one in isolation doesn't do that. It almost
okay. We need to do. You know, LB does Saeed bingo. We need to do Top Gooner bingo every week.
Top Gooner bingo.
Needle mover.
If we were drinking, none of us are going to last through the fucking street.
Oh, well, you'll find out in Madrid that I outlast everyone, mate. You do lot all lightweights, couple of cans and that. Yeah, watch.
I cannot confirm or deny that comment, but that's fine.
Trust me, nobody can outdrink me. If they can, fair play to them. Anyways, let me send this to full-time stinker and sweating his bollocks off in America.
Oh, he's in the States, is he?
Yeah, he's gone to America. It's like it's like Eddie and Ketia, bruv. Yeah. The king of Zamunda, bruv. He's going to America.
Harry, sorry, Andy, I was just going to
look how rattled he is. He's like, why
are they putting me on edge here?
Say, I guess though, could you argue that Zubermen?
Right, and look, right, he spoke for 1 minute 35 seconds. Yeah. Well, actually, between the pair of them, they spoke for 1 minute 35 seconds. He then spoke, and within 3 seconds, he spoke. It's now 2 minutes 24, and now they're going again.
Andy is more of the needle mover, if you want.
Needle mover. That's 3 times we've heard needle mover, guys.
I mean, not every signing surely has to be a big get you out your seat signing. Sometimes they do have to just improve the squad.
Yeah, but
no. Hold up. Wait a minute. This guy supports Newcastle, you're telling me, yeah? Brother, your midfield's better than most midfields in the league. Aston Villa, their entire 9 midfielders cost less than Declan Rice. And you're talking about needle movers. Ross Barkley was a needle mover at 5 million. Tillemans was free needle mover. Yeah. What's his name? Fucking who's the fucking brother that fucking what's his name that came from Man City for 6 he went to Middlesbrough. What's his name? No. What's his name, chat? What's his name? Morgan Rogers, 16 million. Yeah, John McGinn, 2.7 million, needle mover. But because he looks like Quasimodo, he can't model the merch. Yeah, Anana, 50 mil. Anyway, full-time stinker and sweating his tits off, man. What you saying, my guy?
Yo, I'm good, man. What you saying? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you loud, man. Where you at, Philly, yeah?
No, I'm in Kansas, man.
Man's in Kansas. Yo, make
Kansas
sure you look
City.
for him, yeah? Wait, yo, my guy.
Yeah,
Make him
man.
pay for his crimes against Arsenal while you're there.
Bro, Lee, I keep on telling you, yeah, about this Spider-Man thing, bro. With great power comes great responsibility, yeah. You need to stop saying these things.
Yeah, go and see him, man. Get a signature. He's famous.
Nah, I'm not you, bro. One day, though. One day. Couple of cans and that. Merch. 25%. Let's go.
Hey, a
Yeah,
couple of
man.
dead signings and that. What you telling me?
Yeah, a couple of new... at least
No,
you
dead
man can't
signings.
say,
Dead
nah, we're not
signings.
signing
Dead
no one.
signings. Dead
Yeah, you-
signings.
Yeah, you man can't say we ain't signed no one now. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
well, did you
Hold
want
that.
Norgard at Arsenal?
Did I want him at Arsenal?
No. Yeah, did you want him?
I'll be so real with you, yeah. I didn't even think that it was a possibility that Arsenal would ever sign Norgard, didn't it? So
Okay, but now he's here. What'd you say?
What
Oh,
do
I
I
thought
say?
now he's here. We're back him.
it's not even about backing it. Do you know what it is, yeah? And I've heard you, man, complain about it a lot, yeah. You say that we don't have squad depth and we have nobody on the bench and them things there. We just got a Premier League proven with experience that
Yeah.
has captained his club
Yeah.
on the bench. So our bench is getting better. So
Fantastic. So if Declan Rice breaks a toe like he did last season, yeah, are you comfortable if Zubermendi yeah, Mikel Merino and Odegaard are in the 3. Now let's say Zubimendi pulls a hamstring and Declan Rice has still got a broken toe. Say, would you be happy with Norgard, Mikel Merino, and Odegaard as a 3? Would you be happy with that? Because we've only got 5 midfielders, Maggie.
It's not about me being happy. It's can they do the job? Really?
No, but they can't. That's why he plays for Brentford at 31, mate.
Well, I mean, I don't know, man. Like, you can view it that way, but
It's facts.
I think he's a good footballer.
Brother, come on, shut up, man. You don't sit and watch Brentford, bro.
What? Yeah. Well, actually, I used to live in Wembley, so my local
I don't care where you live. So look at this guy. Look at the smoke.
I've watched a few Brentford games.
Should we put this guy full screen? Let's put this guy full screen. Yeah, like talk sport, yeah?
Yo, why am I full screen? Why am I full? Yo, big up people. You see that out here catching tan and that. Done know what? Norgard to Arsenal, £10 million. They can't complain. Can't complain. Bargains. You get me? Wheelums and dealums. Yeah. Big up the chat though. I can't actually look at it. So if you man are cussing me, which I expect, then I can't really. I don't know.
So you're telling me that Jorginho who's left, Thomas Partey who's leaving by the 1st of July. Yeah. We have upgraded with Zubimendi, who you don't watch for Sociedad. You've seen a couple of times on highlights over Twitter. Yeah, and played for Spain every now and again when you've watched him here and there off the bench. Or a starter, maybe the other day. Yeah. And Norgard. You're telling me that's an upgrade on Partey and Jorginho. Is that what you're telling me?
I mean, me personally, I prefer.
Well, it's a yay, nay, or bollocks. You're from London, so let's stop waffling.
No, but it's not okay. It's
Man City's from Wembley, so Wembley Market. You know how they wheel and deal. Yay, nay, or bollocks.
Yeah, no, but so by the way, like, I think Partey at his peak. So Partey at his peak, I think he's better than all of them.
Thank you.
Personally, but I would prefer to have Norgard and Zubimendi in my squad than Jorginho.
That's not what I asked, and this is what you top gooners do.
Like if we're talking about like,
well, who's the better partnership, Jorginho and Partey, or Norgard, yeah, and Zubimendi? Which is the better partnership?
Probably Partey and Jorginho, because Partey is better than all of them.
Yes, then.
But the thing is, yeah, like
Yes or no?
Be honest, yeah. Jorginho.
Hey, Rishi Sunak can sign you up, bruv. Yeah, stop waffling. So we've regressed.
I wouldn't say regressed.
But you've just admitted the best two were Partey and Jorginho.
But the reason why I'm saying we haven't regressed is because I don't know what Zubimendi and Norgard looks like on a pitch because I haven't seen them play together. So I can't factually say we've regressed because I haven't seen them play.
Have you seen Mikel Merino
Which is the truth.
and Declan Rice play together?
Huh?
Have you seen Mikel Merino and Declan Rice play together?
What? Is that me? Is that me that's bugging out? Is that you?
No. Have you seen Mikel Merino and Declan Rice play together?
Yeah, at Arsenal.
Okay, and what did you make of that?
It was awful.
Okay, cool. Well, make sure you're prepared for next season because when you see Norgard, Mikel Merino and Martin Odegaard as a free in midfield, which we will see because we've only got 5 midfielders, my guy. When you see that free, trust me, that's worse than Brentford's current midfield free after they sell this guy, bruv.
So you think that? You said Mikel Merino, Norgard, and
Odegaard. Yeah, because guess what? Zubimendi is going to get injured, and so will Declan Rice.
But that's not the midfield three that I'm going to be watching more majority of the time. So it doesn't matter.
Are you sure about that?
I am sure that the majority of the time, Arsenal's midfield three will not be Norgard, Merino, and Odegaard. What are we doing?
Okay, based off of previous, which you've watched this season, and previous seasons growing up, watching Arsenal for a long time, which you have, under this manager especially, the amount of injuries we've had with a World Cup year coming up, with Norway, 4 wins out of 4, top of their group with 4 games to play. They've not qualified for a World Cup for 20 odd years, 26 years, right? They've got Italy in their group, they're four, and both all the teams below them got games in hand, right? Martin Odegaard is going to be ducking out of tackles left, right, and centre like he always does anyway, but more so next season. Benjamin White, is already factually not fit enough to play football. Timber has come out and done a 15-minute interview that only I have got a translator on to dissect in Dutch, and translate. He's not fit to play, and he's called the manager out and said that, I text my brothers, and said that blah, blah, blah. And even the warm-up before the second leg, I weren't fit to play, but I went through it. Cool. Bukayo Saka's got a 7-inch scar on his back of his thigh. Gabby Magalhaes has got a 7-inch scar on the back of his thigh. So we don't know what he's doing next season. Not only that, Kivior is shit. Zinchenko could be going. Calafiori is always injured. We're talking about the amount of surgeries and injuries we've had. Now you're adding in these players to the squad as a club, and you think we're going forward?
So wait. Zubamendi and Norgard, 2 players who have both not had loads of injuries in their careers.
Okay, cool. Neither did Thomas
Partey. Sorry. Fuck's sake, Lee.
But Partey didn't have loads. Partey didn't have loads of injuries this season, and last season we know that it wasn't injuries.
Okay, so why we sold him then? Well, not sold him. Why are we letting him go for free? Surely it's cheaper. It's cheaper to keep her, right? It's cheaper to keep her, than going for the next thing.
No, wait.
Bet the devil you know in that.
No, wait. What I've heard, and obviously because you're famous League Gunner, know everybody, you can confirm or not. Yeah.
This guy
is that he wanted us to improve his wages. So he's on 200k. He wanted more than 200k a week, and on top of that, his agent wants 10% off the deal, which is what he wanted when he was at Atletico Madrid.
No. Stop right there. You've done exactly what Terry Flowers does. You have taken something that he has said about when he moved from Atleti to Arsenal and shoehorned that in to the reason why he's leaving Arsenal.
No. That's not what
we don't know that factually, do we?
No, because remember, I said obviously you're famous League Gunner. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but this is what I just did online.
Yeah, and who told you that online?
Actually, I'm not even wrong because this is not my opinion. This is what I've read online.
Who told you online? Which account? No, which account?
Oh, bro, I'm not gonna know the account off the top of my head, bro. I don't care like that.
So it's just any account online, yeah? Okay, so cool. So because you see a gal post out that clip, that clip.
I didn't. It wasn't a gal that. It wasn't a gal. But
okay, but because he wanted 10% and Atleti offered him his agent 3%, that's why he moved to Arsenal. Right now, he's coming down to the last couple of days of his contract. You're now saying, based off of 5 years ago, when he's done an interview recently, saying that is what happened 5 years ago. You've coupled them together and made a whole new story, thinking that's the case now.
Okay, but let me ask you a question. Yeah, so if you're an agent, and when you're brokering a deal for your client at one club, you wanted 10%. Is it not logical to assume that when you're brokering another deal for your client, you're going to want something similar?
Well, surely if you're friends, and you as a player, me as an agent, and you as a player said, well, I'll make up the other 7%, because we're still getting good money, you as the player, me as the agent, I'd go, no, I'll just take the 3% as long as you're happy. Instead, the greedy fuckers said, we're leaving Atleti, we're going Arsenal, because they'll give you 10%, and he's going to get the same money there or thereabouts at Arsenal anyway. So now everyone wins. So now guess what? The only reason we ain't signed this guy up, mate, the only reason we ain't signed this guy up is he's going to go to a country without an extra, you know what I'm saying? One of them things. That's the only reason we ain't signed him up. And not only that, we have heard clips today. We have heard clips today before you jumped on. Where factually we have heard it, where they've said, well, we were trying to do a deal, with Thomas Partey for 2 years and Zubamendi for 2 years, and they were negotiating with Partey, Zubimendi for 2 years. Yeah. Guess what?
Yeah,
Arsenal done fucked up, bruv.
What?
Because he's our best midfielder and he's leaving, and he'll probably end up in Turkey.
Yeah, probably, but we'll see, man. But
And he'll win a trophy. He'll win a trophy. Very quickly before you go, yeah?
So will I. So will I.
Very quickly before you go, and bless up for coming on. What's the weather saying, first and foremost? What are you saying?
Pardon?
What's the weather?
It's hot, you know. It's baking. I know, Lee, I went out at 7 a.m. in the morning, yeah. I thought the sun was falling on the earth. It was hot, man. I can't lie, but yeah, it's nice out here, man.
Second question before you bounce, yeah? Right, the view's nice, though. I can't lie.
Yeah,
second question before last question.
Look at the sky. It's nice, isn't it?
Yeah. It's nice. There's clouds, though. We don't have clouds in Spain. But anyway, yeah. Last question, yeah? So far, Zubimendi, Kepa, yeah, and Norgard, what are you rating the window as it stands right now when Tierney, Jorginho, and Partey have left as well? What are you rating it as it stands right now?
As it stands, probably a 5. As it stands.
A 5, yeah.
But
what would you be happy with?
I won't lie to you, Zubimendi is doing a lot of the heavy lifting for that 5.
He ain't doing fuck all after that either, because you don't even watch Zubimendi, bruv.
I don't watch him as much as like people in the Spanish world do, but there's loads of people that do watch Zubimendi that thinks he's a very good signing. So they get me.
Yeah, most of them are just happy with anyone we sign, like Norgard.
I hear it, but yeah, I'll catch you later, man. I don't know when I can go live and that, but I'll see y'all soon. And yeah, big up, man.
Enjoy Kansas, man. Enjoy Kansas.
Hooks, just a quick one.
He's bounced, bruv.
Oh, he's bounced. Damn.
Yeah, he's gone.
Yeah, he's gone. Shit. I was gonna say if we took in a Royals game while he's out there. Kansas City Royals are baseball, so I just wanted to have gone to their ballpark or something. Anyway.
Oh, it's a matter. Couple of Kansas and that. Man said 5 out of 10.
Who said 5 out of 10?
He rated the window 5 out of 10 as it stands right now.
You can't be serious.
Tierney's leaving, Partey's leaving, Jorginho's left.
Yep.
And we're signing Zubimendi, Norgard,
Kepa.
And Kepa. Crazy work, you know. Crazy work. But anyway, let's listen to my guy Clinks.
But then you're going into risky territory.
I mean, not every signing surely has to be a big get you out your seat signing. Sometimes they do have to just improve the squad.
Yeah.
Okay, but these two don't. So carry on 3. Well, actually, all 3 of them don't. And Zubimendi's actually the best of the 3 by a mile. He's actually a really good player. I mean, he's not as good as Partey, but carry on. Tell us.
But then you're going into risky territory because we've been saying for such a long time that Arsenal are nearly there, but they're not quite there. Now you're not just trying to rebuild your attack, you're regenerating your entire midfield as well. And I just felt that keeping Thomas Partey alongside Zubimendi, and obviously that was Arsenal's preference, by the way, because they tried to keep Thomas Partey. They had those conversations. That would be a much better pairing, Zubimendi, Partey versus Zubimendi and Norgard. And you're not having as much transition and change because you've got a guy that's already been there, done that, plays that role to perfection, who could also assist Zubimendi, by the way, in coming to terms with the Premier League, understands that transition from Spain to England. I don't know. I'm not gonna say that it's a bad signing because I don't feel that strongly about it, but I certainly don't think it's a needle mover, and I don't even think it improves us or even maintains. I said it was a maintenance signing. It might even make us slightly worse.
No, we'll talk a bit more about Arsenal later because loads going on at the club, or loads not going on in terms of incomings anyway. Let's talk about Liverpool quickly, Clinky. Harvey Elliott potentially leaving the club, looking really good at the moment for the under-21s. We're hearing Brighton have come in with an offer.
Brighton.
Yeah. Wow. And there's also not just interest from Brighton. There's interest from Bayer Leverkusen as well. They are admirers of Harvey Elliott, which I think would be a really exciting move for him. You know, as much as there would be game time for him at Brighton, and you know, it would be a decent move within the Premier League. It would be interesting to see him challenge himself and go abroad, especially to a club like Leverkusen too. I heard you guys chat about this a bit earlier on, about the value of Harvey Elliott, and you're almost there, Harry, because Liverpool want about 40 million.
Okay, stop right there. They can get 40 million for him. Why? Let's say they get 30. Why can they get 30? How much is he getting paid a week?
I'll look that up.
Copology website. How much is Harvey Elliott getting paid a week? Well done, my guys.
That's gotta be bullshit, surely.
That Copology website spot on.
Copology. All right, okay.
Copology.com.
Yeah, that's what I used earlier.
How much is he on? I bet he's on about 35, 40 grand. Maybe maximum 45.
40k a week.
Thank you. So they can get 40k for him. That's pure profit. 40 million. That's pure profit.
Yep.
Pure profit. Big up Lou Dog. Big up Yasser as well.
You prick. Your turn to translate, Karl. What am I translating? What? You think I can't understand Geordie? What the fuck?
He ain't even speak. This guy ain't even speaking Geordie. So they're going to get 40 million. Big up Jezza, bruv. Love. So they're going to get about 30 to 40 million. Yeah. For Harvey Elliott. They've already got 30 for Kwanzaa. They're going to get 50 for Noodles. Oh, that's without Tyler Morton, Bachitek, or whatever his name is. Yeah, that's without any other fucking other player, fucking Nat Phillips. Yeah, and all these Kelleher and all these players that are coming off the books and all that, yeah. Oh, it's almost like they know what they're doing. It's almost like they actually pay based on what you were achieving, on how much you've put into achieving. Yeah. Whereas us, wow, these men are saying 60 mil for Martinelli. He's on 180 grand a week, mate. Who the fuck's buying him? Bear with me 1 second. That aircon's leaking. Sorry, bro. 2 secs there.
No worries, no worries. This guy got the Tim Lewis hairline. I'm not going to translate from a Geordie accent, mate, especially from a bloke who doesn't look like has got his own eyebrows. You look at Harry Simeon, you look at this guy at the top here, look, they've got their own eyebrows. This guy looks like he's had his eyebrows drawn on. I can't take this one seriously. I'm sorry. Lou Dog, I know Lou Dog's in the chat. Lou Dog, has this guy had his eyebrows drawn on? Because they don't look like real eyebrows to me. Marie, are they drawn on eyebrows? Yes or no? He went to Turkey for the brows. Oh, dear, it's crazy work. Yes, thank you. Yes, yeah. See, I'm not gonna take someone seriously who draw their own eyebrows on their face. Sorry, I can't. I generally can't do that. French Malie has just said he has his eyebrows drawn on. Look, you look at Harry Simeon. You look at the guy at the top. Look, they got their own eyebrows. He's drawn them on. Always makeup artist has drawn them on. I don't know.
And big up Ennis. Shakira is a needle mover. Hey, bro, don't worry about that. The hips don't lie. You know what I'm saying? The hips don't lie. Big up to Too High to Die. What a name. Martinelli will still be pissed at that tackle. I don't know what that means, but thanks anyway. Lee, Norgard, some type of VPN, lol.
Well, it's not going to protect you very well.
All right, where's Tim's Riv? Where's Tim's Riv? Yeah, he's got the cybersecurity, mate. Maybe he sussed it. His cybersecurity company is called it's called Norgard VPN.
If someone is doing an advertisement or to post something on X regarding of a VPN on Norgard, it's a fucking missed opportunity right there.
Hey, Jez, I know he's spamming, but he's cool, bro. Yeah, just don't spam, Wes. Don't spam. He's sound though, Jez. I just see that. He's sound though, but I don't know what he said. I didn't see it. Yeah, but don't be spamming because you will get fucked up on this channel. We're not quite Gestapo, but it is what it is. But let's carry on.
For him, I think you said 30, didn't you? So in that kind of ballpark. And yeah, I do agree. I mean, I think he only played 18 games in the Premier League last season.
18 games in the Premier last season, and he's worth 40 mil, yeah? Okay, cool. Tell us more.
I was wondering, Ade, how would you feel as a Liverpool fan if he did go elsewhere and you lost him as a squad player?
How would you feel as a Liverpool fan?
Gutted. I'd be gutted. I think everyone's obsessed with having 11 world-class superstars on the pitch. No squad exists.
Is this guy? Well, actually, it does, mate. Go and look at Bayern, Real Madrid. Yeah. Barcelona. Man City.
Like that. I do feel like, yes, he's not Mo Salah, and yes, he's not
Is he a Liverpool
maybe
fan,
a Szoboszlai or McAllister.
No,
he's not that mold or that ilk, but off the bench, he's fantastic. But I just feel for him, he needs to operate away from that. That mindset of being a sub needs to go away. And I think if he does go to a Leverkusen or Brighton or anywhere he goes, he's going to start. And I think he'll develop a bit better. It must be gutting for him as a young player. And that's probably why he's with under 21s, because he knows he's going to start.
Right, hold up, wait a second. Let's have a look. He's in a final, mate. I bet he's devastated.
Scored a cracking goal to win it as well.
I ain't seen it. Harvey Elliott is just turned 22 years old. And if we have a look at the trophies he's won, he has won. I'm quite sure whether we can count the 1920 season because I don't know if he played. FIFA Club World Cup, Super Cup. He won the FA Cup. He's won a league. I'm not sure he played in the 1920 season. Let's have a quick look. 1920, mates. All right, make sure you sub to Karl as well. This froze. No, it's not froze. What's fucking this website doing? There we go. Make sure you sub to all the guys. They're pinned comment, yeah? 1920. There we go. He played 2 games in the Prem, so he gets a trophy. He played the EFL Cup, FA Cup, Club World Cup, Super Cup. He didn't play. So this is why transfer marks, you have to fucking dissect this shit as well. FA Cup he played. So UEFA Super Cup, Club World Cup, he didn't play at all. So we can't count them. Premier League, he played 7 minutes, but he'll get a trophy for that. FA Cup, he played 240. Okay, he actually got, okay. Youth League, Premier League 2, take out EFL try. Okay, so he didn't get any professional level GA. But he did actually feature 2 Premier League games, 3 EFL Cup games, 3 FA Cup games. Fairs. And what was his trophies? Let's just go back. So, Club World Cup he can't claim. Super Cup he can't claim. League Cup he's got 2. FA Cup he's got 1. And 2 titles. And he's just turned 22. We ain't counting the Club World Cup or UEFA Super Cup because he didn't feature. So 1, 2, 3, 5 trophies, guys. And he's an under 21 champion, and he could potentially be another under 21 champion, but we ain't counting them, we count majors. So he's won 5 trophies. And they've tried to shoot on 2 more in, but he didn't feature in them. But he's actually won 2 titles, an FA Cup and 2 League Cups. Wow. 22 just turned. Wow, crazy work. Don't worry, guys. Bukayo Saka's won an FA Cup. Star boy.
Mark Opportunity. I rate Harvey Elliott. I do. I think he's
Harvey Elliott's a baller, bro.
He is a good, very good player.
He's a proper player. He signed for Liverpool in 19, age 16. Wow. Crazy.
Just to get 5 minutes here, 10 minutes there, League Cup rollout against bloody Plymouth or in the FA Cup, whatever. He wants to play. So I'll be gutted as a Liverpool fan, but happy for him, Clinky.
Yeah, he scored that goal against PSG, didn't he? When they won, you know, away from home at the Park of the Bronze game, they should not have won. To be fair, but you know,
hey, we're not talking about that. What's that? What's that
got to do with the transfer? Palace as well.
What's that got to do with it?
No, but I mean, I agree, and also it's funny because he's only 22, but vastly experienced. He's almost played 100 games for Liverpool.
Crazy,
so as much as you're signing a player who is young, at the same time he has got a lot of experience under his belt. So whether it does end up being Brighton or Leverkusen, we're yet to see. But yeah, it could be that he is on the move this summer.
Which is a better move for him, do you think? Do you think he would benefit from staying within the spotlight of the Premier League?
Nope.
Or do you think going someone like Bayer Leverkusen, getting a fresh start abroad, one of the bigger clubs in Germany. Do you think that's
It's not one of the bigger clubs in Germany. It's really not. They've won one league title, mate. And that was the season before the one that's just ended. They're not a massive club, mate.
I'd say go Villarreal.
I'd say go
him in that
Spain.
midfield. Can you imagine him in the midfield for Villarreal?
Imagine you've got fucking any Spanish club, Betis next to Isco. Isco.
Oh, Shetland Bell.
Mad work.
a more attractive proposition for a player like Harvey Elliott?
I think you've got to go abroad. I think we've seen the route now. A lot of these players just.
Man said you've got to go abroad. That tells you all you need to know about this, yeah? Nobody rates the fucking Prem.
Young English players are going abroad. You play in Champions League football. You're in a different league, different challenges. I think he goes abroad and he's young enough, as Clinky just said, he's only 22. He's young enough to go abroad for 3 years, come back and be an established sort of, maybe even an England player. I think there's more chance of him getting into Thomas Tuchel's squad if he goes and plays for a Leverkusen than if he sticks around and he gets on for 5 or 10 minutes for Liverpool. Final one. We're going to end with your club, Clinky. Elanga, potentially to Newcastle. Thoughts on it as a Newcastle fan and thoughts on it and what it means potentially for your club as well.
When you brought up there a Swedish player connected with Newcastle, I thought you were going to try and be cheeky again there.
How did I not think of that quick enough, Dan?
But yeah, I mean, we know that Nottingham Forest rejected a bid from Newcastle of around 45 million for Elanga. They don't have an intention of selling him, but if they did decide that they wanted to, they want north of 60 million for him. I thought he was terrific for Forest last season. 6 goals, 11 assists. He was one of their standout players. I think he would work well in an Eddie Howe team too. And it is an area they need to strengthen. You know, Jacob Murphy was brilliant last season, a bit of a surprise package, but he is the only natural right winger. And so it's certainly a priority for Newcastle in the win.
Gordon crossed the ball for Isak for a bullet header against us. But carry on.
Window. Is 60 million maybe a bit too much?
Maybe. It's for sure too much.
Oh, hold up 1 second. You paid 60 million for Gordon, mate, and he did fuck all. Same as Elanga. And look how Gordon's turned out. He's actually surprised me, which is crazy.
And do you know what? Do you know what? Up until now, I've had sympathy for Newcastle in that they've got this money, but the rules and the PSR stuff has restricted them from being able to really accelerate their project.
The Premier League clubs voted for it, mate. Yeah, he should know that. He's a leading journalist, guys. The Premier League clubs all voted for PSR. The majority got the vote. So what we're doing is sympathy. This is why we haven't heard, Karl, yeah? This is why we haven't heard the 115 yet, because they bust case. As soon as they bust case, yeah, Newcastle going on a rampage.
They are. They're just waiting for the green light.
But he's got sympathy. Sympathy. Really? Do you have sympathy for Man City? Does anyone know his thoughts on Man City with a 115? What about Chelsea? With the death row contracts. Ah, cool. So the AAA passway is heavy. Yeah, it's like the Arsenal shirt, bruv.
I think he knows City are just they're just waiting for the green light for it all to fall through.
Right, it's fallen through already, bruv.
I've said this to my friends the last 2 years. I basically said, you do realise nothing's going to happen to Man City about these charges, right?
What do
you mean they're going to get fined? They're going to get relegated out the Premier League and go to League One? Nope. I was like, bro, you got absolutely no idea.
Must have watched Flowers, bruv, chatting shit because he sold us Isak 200 million bid yesterday. We're going to cook him again in a minute as well.
Yeah. Just a quick one, Lee. I've sent you on the private chat. I've sent you a link on X. It's regarding a tweet. I think it's Arsehole Techie. Norsgaard's injuries is just as bad as Partey's injuries. It's even better than Jorginho. Let's be sincere. There is a big list of injuries here that we might need to have a look up.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh. Oh dear, guys. Oh dear God. So he has a back injury, ankle injury, unknown injury, guys. Torn ligaments. Wow, twice. Well, maybe that's the same injury, actually. That's probably the same injury because transfer might fuck around like this. That's probably the whole same injury. Or to be fair, that was a decade ago. Then he went injury-free for 4 years. 4 years. Ankle injury. How did you get out for 74 days with ankle injury? That must have been a bad injury, bruv. Oh dear. Then another ankle injury. Cool.
It's the same year. It's the same one.
Yeah, it's the same injury.
That's got to be.
He missed 37 games then for club and country.
74. That means he was out for 137 days.
Don't worry, guys.
What do you do? Break his ankle or something?
He must have. But don't worry, it's a market opportunity, mate. Foot injury. Back injury. Maybe he was carrying that flag, the rainbow one, as the captain of the club. Unknown injury. Well, obviously, it is known because you put it on there for 19 days. Yeah, head injury. Crazy,
maybe.
Yeah, Thomas Partey had no injuries. I think he'd missed 7 days before he joined Arsenal.
Yeah.
Crazy work. Crazy work. Crazy work. Let's share the White Knight of YouTube because I mean he's amazing. He knows exactly what we need. The White Knight of YouTube. All right, let's go, guys. All in. Yeah, I bet you are. So, okay, guys. Oh, just to go back to that. I'm so worried. Verts will change everything in the Premier League. Okay, mate. Deal agreed. Arsenal will sign Victor Ocaris. Obviously, we played a... Well, I clicked on this a couple of hours ago whilst we were live. Norgard to Arsenal agreement and promote to United. Isak to Arsenal. Okay, Norgard to Arsenal on. Cool. Listen to Goldwich chatting shit. Goldwich chatting shit. Exploring.
But Arsenal, they're making a move. By the way, I did not know he was 31.
Of course you fucking didn't. But you apparently cover all the Prem clubs, mate, because you're the market leader. He's literally 14 months younger than Thomas Partey.
Oh, God almighty.
Look at their faces, bruv. Now they're sitting there thinking, fuck, how are we going to lie through this shit? Carry on, lads.
Don't know why, but I didn't know he was 31. But what do you make of that as a potential move for Arsenal?
I've not watched this. Guarantee. Well, you know, it makes sense. I guarantee. I've not watched it.
That look from Goldbridge is the sort of facial expression you walk into the house and find out that your wife cheated on you. Come on.
Lunging and plunging.
Lunging and plunging.
I mean, it's intelligent. That's what it is.
It's intelligent.
Oh, wow.
Share it in the group chats, guys.
Share in the group.
We want your thoughts. We want your opinion. Let's see if he said that at the beginning, because he says it every show. Let's see if he fucking did it after I cooked him yesterday. Let's just go right back.
Hot takes with Mark Goldbridge. How are you, my friend? Welcome back to Hot Takes with Mark Goldbridge. How are you, my friend?
Yeah, good. Not too bad. Little bit concerned about certain clubs, i.e. Man United's lack of transfer activity. But apart from that...
lack of transfer activity, guys. Carry on.
I think it's going to start hotting up in the next 2 weeks.
Hotting up?
Yeah. I think so as well. I've been a little like that. I just feel... I've always felt it's going to be the next financial year where we really kick into gear, especially with the sales. I don't think we want the sales before. Well, we hope that's the case. And the few exits to look at today, Sancho's looks good, and we're going to touch on Garnacho as well, wearing that infamous shirt.
That's a bit weird,
and a big take from Troydini. Remember, if you're new to watching Hot Take, yes, we're touching on the current stories, the transfer news in the summer, but we're taking some interesting takes from fans and pundits alike.
Because you're all for the fan channel community, which is why you're cool with me sharing your content, because you want all the opinions, and we've got 1,500 people watching. We're going live for the Inter River Plate game in 46 minutes, but they want us to share it in our group chats, guys. Well, this is our group chat. Carry on, Flowers.
Getting Mark's reaction to them.
Joe 90 looks stressed, bruv. Anyone who knows who Joe 90?
Oh, I can't get that image out of my head now.
Man, like Joe 90, you know.
I was live, so get the like button hit if you haven't done so already. Get this shared across your social media platforms. Well,
this is what we're doing. We're sharing it across our social media platforms, guys. Let's go. So no way you're ever doing me for copyright, because you want it shared across the social media platforms. Well, that's what we do.
As well. And I wanted to start off with Garnacho. Mark, we've obviously seen
using the right weight.
Oh, here we go.
The body pod.
Nobody cares, love. Right, guys. What the fuck's happened here? Right, okay, cool. Norgard to Arsenal on. See if there's any other Arsenal. Arteta out, super chat. Oh, we'll definitely go to that in a bit as well. In fact, let's start with that. Do you agree with Arsenal demanders that Arteta should be sacked? Doesn't win a big trophy this season. Think he has taken the team.
Do you agree with Arsenal demanders that Arteta should be sacked if he doesn't win a big trophy this season? I think he has taken the team in the right direction and still is. I want trophies, but what's up with the now or never?
If they lose the league by 3 points, he won't be sacked. If they lose the league and come second by 15 or 10 points, I think he will go. I think the context is always going to be key. You can't go into a season saying you've got to win a major trophy, because what if you get to the Champions League final and there's a dodgy VAR decision and you lose unjust? You don't sack him then. So
why? Pellegrini got sacked on 96 points at Real Madrid for finishing second, mate. And just won a trophy and got sacked, mate.
I think the justification is from Arsenal fans is they want to see the league won this year or the Champions League won this year. And that has to be the expectation. But then the context will come in. You know, if you have a good season and you just miss out, you'd be mad to sack him, because as we know, it takes time to build.
It takes time to build what? Tell us, Goldwich.
Teams, and you'd have to go back to the start again. I mean, you know, if you have a good season and you just miss out, you'd be mad to sack him, because as we know, it takes time to build teams, and you'd have to go back to the start again.
You wouldn't have to go back to the start again, mate. Hence why Santi Cazorla FC had just been promoted and the manager's had the job, literally, because it's gone midnight my time, 3 months today. He got him promoted. Hence why there's over 100 different managers this season around the world that have won in their first season. So it doesn't take time, including Mikel Arteta, by the way, when he first got the job. These men are serial bullshitters. But carry on. Tell us more, mate.
So I think Arsenal have to win the league next year, but I don't think you necessarily get sacked if you don't. If there is,
see the way he's covering every angle. I think Arsenal have to win the league next season, but he's not necessarily getting sacked if he don't. Look at no fight in the eyes, in the art. They're lying. Look how awkward this conversation is, by the way. Look at their facial expressions.
There's a context to it.
Context.
Yeah, last season, if he has a season like last season again, I think you would probably look at changing it. Yeah.
Lies.
Yeah, look, Ali here says Liverpool didn't win the league for 30 years. You're telling me they have lost their pull. Terry and Mark talking shit there. Sorry, lads.
Yeah, your pull wasn't that great, mate.
Well, he's a United fan, actually. He's a United fan.
No, but he's talking shit
yeah.
because Liverpool's pulling the noughties was shit. Like it wasn't that good.
They still won a Champions League in the noughties.
The noughties was shit.
They still won a Champions League in 2005. They still won the FA Cup in 2001. They won the FA Cup in 2006. What the fucking hell are we doing here?
Wow, this is crazy work. I swear, this guy don't support Man United. He's just researched, and he's a very smart cunt, and so is he. Yeah, these men, I swear they don't support Man United.
You know, obviously you've had success with people like Luis Suarez and Xabi Alonso, etc., and they were good signings. But what we're talking about is the pull of going toe-to-toe with teams like Newcastle, Liverpool.
Man's going toe-to-toe with teams like Newcastle, Liverpool. Bruv, he was talking about Liverpool.
Had success with people like Luis Suarez and Xabi Alonso, etc., and they were good signings. But what we're talking about is the pull of going toe-to-toe with teams like Newcastle, Liverpool.
Jesus Christ, on a bike.
These are the market leaders that you guys watch every day, guys, and think they're amazing.
Jez has put a very good comment in. He's put a classic sign of a liar is someone who looks to the left and down.
Facts. Jezza, facts. They're talking about Liverpool. They were talking about Liverpool. The comment was about Liverpool. And it was a Man United fan that put it in. Look, it's a Red Devil.
Actually, he's a United fan.
No, but he's talking shit because Liverpool's pulling the noughties was shit.
Right, Liverpool's pulling the noughties was shit. There's no fire in the eyes. There's no passion, no fire, no desire. And now, listen to what he says. These men shout absolute bollocks.
Like, it wasn't that good.
So Liverpool's pulling the noughties was shit. Now listen to what he says.
You know, obviously you've had success with people like Luis Suarez and Xabi Alonso, etc.
You've had, with Xabi Alonso, Luis Suarez.
And they were good signings. But what we're talking about is the pull of going toe-to-toe with teams like Newcastle, Liverpool.
Oh, wow.
They are Liverpool, bruv.
I bet you any money the live chat was losing their shit.
No, they weren't, because most of the live chat are bots anyway, and the other half are fucking spastics, bruv. In fact, we can actually have a look at the live chat. Has he got the live chat still on? Yep.
Oh, shit.
If it loads.
Arsenal.
I guarantee nobody calls them out.
Man City and them signing to you because you're Man United. That's not going to happen in 5 years' time if we continue on this trajectory, because you can't just keep saying, even most Man United fans don't fall for we're Man United anymore. The stadium's going to get knocked down. The Glazers have took it into debt.
Look how slow his chat's moving. He had 4,000 people watching live. I've got a screenshot of it.
And also, most footballers aren't Man United fans. They're mercenaries. So if you're not going to pay them the wages, then we're not going to have the pull. And we have the pull with Mbeumo and Cunha because they have a love for Man United.
No, they don't. They love the money, mate. They're playing fucking Brentford and Wolves. Shut up.
But that's going to get less and less. Less and less younger players are going to support Man United. It's just the way of the world.
Well, you think about these boys are in their mid to late 20s and they remember that Rooney.
Right, look at this bullshit. Nobody's called him out. Look how slow his chat's moving, by the way.
What are the 18 to 23-year-olds?
People.
What do they remember about?
I'm not even lying. Watch this. 4,000 people. Mad thing, bruv. Actually, one sec. I'm on a different screen, so I can't even see if you can see that. Whoops. 4,000 people watching. 4,000 people watching. 4,000 people watching. But don't worry, guys. The chat's moving slower than this chat. Yeah, pair of fools. Why is the chat moving so
Man
slow?
United. Their probably earliest memories or vivid memories are probably going to be the Moyes and the LVG and Jose times. The generation after that are going to remember Ollie and co. And it will have an impact. But, look, Liverpool didn't also have the competition of teams like Chelsea and Newcastle and Cities in terms of their money until the mid-noughties. So they were already 15 years in. We're 15 years into that, and there's so many more teams now with finances and money that can compete with you. So yeah, it's massive. Mark, listen, always a pleasure, mate, to sit here and speak with you. I know we do a little bit longer, but I know you've got a very busy day.
We got 1,600 watching, and look how quick our chat's moving in comparison. This is crazy work. Let's go back to the one we were going to read. The Norgard to Arsenal is up, or listen to, sorry.
But Arsenal, they're making a move. By the way, I did not know he was 31.
Of course you did.
I don't know why, but I didn't know he was 31.
Well,
what do you make of that as a potential move for Arsenal?
First, isn't it?
I mean, it's intelligent. That's what it is. It's not the deal that's going to make Arsenal think they're going to win the league. It's the sort of deal that's going to make you think, where would he even fit in with Zubimendi, Rice, Odegaard? But it gives you something that Arsenal need, which is
1,598.
and it gives you a player that has Premier League proven in a good Brentford side.
Premier League proven.
Is going to give you that squad depth. So at that price, I just think it's intelligent, and it's not always about, the sparkling diamond. Sometimes it's about reliability. So I think it's an intelligent move for Arsenal.
Intelligent.
I don't think it's going to make Liverpool or Man City or anyone else go, oh my God. But I think Arsenal need depth, and I think that's an intelligent move.
3 times you said intelligent,
albeit surprising. But I think with Brentford, I said on That's What We yesterday, are we looking at Brentford as a potential relegation candidate now? They've brought the set piece coach in. They're losing Mbeumo. They've lost their goalkeeper. And now they're losing one of their better midfielders. So
why didn't Spurs want him?
It's intelligent though, I think.
4 times he said intelligent.
Yeah, listen, I think from an Arsenal perspective, it makes a lot of sense. I mean, yes, he's 31 years of age, but he's one of those players that I put into that Prem proven category that I don't think will let you down. Partey looks like he's going to go.
That?
One of the great challenges in this world.
So is Rashford then, yeah? 4 times he said intelligent, guys.
Yeah.
Got Zubimendi coming in, who's going to be the main guy. Zubimendi is going to be the main man holding that midfield.
Good luck with that. You never
can
watched
play
it,
in that position as well. They need someone that can kind of step in. He has a very good injury record. I think Norgard, I think he's missed a couple of games last year, a few games the season before, but doesn't really get injured too much.
Really?
Got a great engine.
Just showed he does.
Technically very proficient on the ball. For someone to be the backup midfielder, he'll be on the bench a lot. He'll play League Cup games. He'll come on as a sub last 20 minutes of matches. I think it's a very, very intelligent piece of business by Arsenal.
Midfielders get injured. We're going back to that again. They have to keep the Arsenal gimmick going. Look, there's nothing going on inside. It's an empty vessel in both of them. Empty vessel. It's an empty vessel. Empty vessels.
It's like they're trying to conjure something up because they've got no idea what they're getting themselves into.
Why was the show only 34 minutes? Because they couldn't waffle on for too long because they're lying. Hollow heads, bruv.
Does this go out via a podcast as well? Does this go out on Spotify?
I have no idea. However, this guy is probably skin and this guy is a millionaire. There's a reason they've buddied up, mate, because this guy does nothing for nothing. Yeah, and this guy is a clout chaser. Carry on.
I really like him, and yeah, I feel a little sorry for Brentford because they've kept a really good group of players together for a while. That looks like it's now coming to an end, and I don't even mean this disrespectfully. I feel like we're seeing the Premier League return to a little bit of what I grew up as normal, where you'd get a Norgard, you'd get an Mbeumo, you would see a Semenyo. They would rarely last more than a season or two at the clubs they're at before a bigger club would pick them off. And it seems in the last 7 or 8.
Give us examples, Till.
There you go. He has got it. It is on Spotify.
Give us an example, Till. It's an empty vessel, bruv. They're lying through their fucking teeth. This is crazy work. And people think these two are the market leaders, yeah? 4,000 people live. The entire show. It's only on 34K. 33.4. Crazy work.
years.
Someone said the numbers are
because of
fudged.
the TV money have been able to hold on to these players longer. But a lot of these players now are not renewing their deals, or they're getting gentlemen's agreements or buyout clauses to enable them to move. So yeah, feel sorry for Brentford.
Feel sorry for Brentford. They've never won a major honour in their entire
I think
history.
that's a really, really intelligent piece of business indeed.
5 times we've heard the word intelligent. 5 times we've heard the word intelligent. 4 from Goldbitch, 1 from Flowers. 5 times intelligent. It's an intelligent piece of business.
I'm going to win them the league, as you've said, but I think we'll stand them in very, very good.
It's not going to win them the league. Yeah, listen to what you just said.
Club isn't going to win them the league, as you've said, but I think we'll stand them in very, very good stead.
Very, very good stead. He don't want to be there, bro. He's just doing it.
Do you want to know something as well?
He's probably bought a stake in this guy's company. I can't prove that, but it wouldn't surprise me because this cunt don't buddy up with anyone unless he's getting something out of it. Yeah, and this guy's clout chasing, hence why he's clickbaiting the shit out of everything, like we proved yesterday. He don't even want to be there, bro. Look at him.
You want the
other Arsenal news.
You want to know something? Sorry, that's the shortest video they've done together. 34 minutes. The roundabout they're averaging usually averages around about between 50 minutes to around about an hour and 5, hour and 10 minutes usually.
Wow.
So that's
but he has a really busy day today. He has a really busy day today. Really busy day. He said it right at the end. Yeah, we're gonna have to wrap up. And I know you've got a busy day right at the end. He said, yeah.
We were going to talk about earlier. This is more of a take. We know that they're pursuing Gyökeres. They're looking at Šeško. The deal for Gyökeres, it's a little up and down.
Big deep breath. He's thinking, what the fuck am I doing this for? Yeah. Oh, I'm doing it for the money because this guy's a beg.
Really, 1 minute they're going to bid the British press. This is more of a take. We know that they're pursuing Gyökeres. They're looking at Šeško. The deal for Gyökeres, it's a little up and down, really. 1 minute they're going to bid. The British press have started to report on that, but I think it's kind of connected to what the Portuguese press are saying. But this was an interesting take. I wanted to get your view on, Mark. I think it's from an Arsenal fan. Yeah, he's about 19, bruv.
This is the site. Yeah, I've gone. Yeah, I've seen him on X before. This guy's an absolute mongol.
1 second. Let's just go to this guy's Twitter account. I think it's an Arsenal fan. What's he called? TM
Talks Ball.
Talks Ball. There he is. I think he's an Arsenal fan. Cool. Let's just play what he just said. Let's say you have to expose these fuckers, mate, because they're liars, the lot of them.
Arsenal fan. This one, Gyökeres, it's a little up and down, really. 1 minute they're going to bid. The British press started to report on that.
You don't want to be there.
I think it's kind of connected to what the Portuguese press are saying. But this was an interesting take. I wanted to get your view on, Mark. I think it's from an Arsenal fan.
I think.
But he says here that, yeah.
I think it's from an Arsenal fan. Cool.
Right.
I think. So he didn't verify it.
Content creator, 25k subs across both YouTube channels, 80,000 followers on Instagram. He's 19.
This is the source, guys. This is an interesting take from a 19-year-old child. Well, actually, he's an adult, to be fair. He's an adult. 19 years old. He's never seen Arsenal win a title. Do you know how sad that is? But don't worry, guys. He has a whopping 8.26K. Oh, and all he does is clip up people like Saeed. Okay, cool. So share this. This is the guy that he's shared, guys. Clipping Saeed and reacting. Delusional Man United fan gets karma for being obsessed with other clubs. They are cooked. Rival fans scared of Liverpool as they could sign Alexander Isak. So basically, this guy just clips everyone up. This is the sources, the Football Terrace and Mark Goldbitch are using to finesse millions of bots and people. Has he ever done a live? Oh no, he's never done a live. Of course he can't. He can't do a live. So if he does a live, he's fucked. Oh, his shorts. Popular. 13k. Videos. Popular. 56k. Unstoppable. 9 months ago. Well, actually, to be fair, he got that spawn because they won the league. But look. Clipping up. This is what these people do. They hate the mainstream, but they clip up the mainstream, bruv. And then they do exactly what the mainstream are doing. Piss off. But don't worry, guys. This is what Gold Bitch. This is what Gold Bitch, and the White Knight of YouTube, who's all for the fan channel community, are doing. Buddied up together like I told you they would 8 months ago. Goldwich don't even look like he wants to be there, bruv. He's probably thinking, what the fuck have I invested in this dickhead for? Because it wouldn't surprise me if he has. There ain't no way this motherfucker's sitting there if he ain't getting sank out of it.
Yeah, picking Gyökeres over Šeško would be a sideward step for the Arteta project. I don't think we're silly enough to do it, but when you look financially, ability-wise, and potentially...
Picking Gyökeres over Šeško would be a sideways step, says the 19-year-old retard that's never seen us win a title.
Wise, then who makes more sense? It's obviously Benjamin Šeško.
Thoughts? Thoughts? He don't want to be there, bruv. That's the thoughts.
I think that I
about it, Mark. Quick.
Have to go for Šeško because it's very clearly that that's the striker that Arteta wants. But answers on a postcard as to what they're actually going to do. I almost feel like Berta, the director of football, wants Gyökeres, and
nobody cares, love.
Gyökeres isn't an easy deal to do. I mean, apparently he's on.
Yes, it is. It's a buyout clause, you thick fuck.
Striker Sporting, so it's not like he's the cheaper deal necessarily. There's a lot of work to be done on that.
I don't know. Yeah, rub your chin, bruv. Rub your face. Look how awkward these two look on camera, by the way, together.
There's no chemistry. You can tell,
no chemistry whatsoever.
No chemistry, no cohesion, no nothing. It just feels like we've just been slammed like together in the hope. It's like a business deal. You know, you're there for the money, but you don't like the person that you're dealing with because you don't like his personality.
We already know that Goldwich has done that with AFTV Robbie, bruv, because they fell out. Flex left. If you know, you know.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, 3 years later, they're colluding together again. Oh, why? This guy is a problem. His name's not even Brent. Don't worry about that, bruv. We know. And I know you're watching. And if you're not, he definitely fucking is. Yeah, so you go and tell him I know anyway. It's all it is. It's not my Goldwich. It's not Brenda Desare, bro. If you know, you know. And I know. Hence why you look at the chemistry is not chemistry in, bruv. Carry on, mate.
With Arsenal, I think the first week of July is going to be really interesting because...
Of course it is. And my chat's moving quicker than theirs now. 4K people watching at this point.
Football clubs don't realise the most obvious secret source in the world. I was saying this on the United Stand. Erling Haaland was in at Man City early. Man City have done a lot of business early. Again, Rodri was signed on the 6th of July early. Pep Guardiola has been doing it for years. Early signings. Liverpool have done it again. Early signings. Why? Because you want your players having a proper pre-season, preparing for a proper season. So Arsenal have to have this striker in for the start of pre-season. Which way they're going to go, I think you have to go Šeško because that's the player that Arteta wants. But I still wouldn't be surprised if they went and got Gyökeres. They are still the favourites to sign him. So, I do agree with the comment that it just feels like Šeško is the right fit for Arteta. So that's the one that they should go for.
How's he the right fit? Explain more. Tell us more. Brent, Mark. I'm not going to expose his real name. I'm not calm. Yeah, Dirty X Copper. Tell us more. Look, There is literally nothing going on in there. He's just sitting there thinking, fucking hell, this is dragging, bro. How do I get out of it? Shortest show they've done together, by the way. Carry on, mate.
Yeah, look, it's a real interesting one.
It's very interesting.
I get that train of thought. I feel...
I get that train of thought.
No, you don't.
And I was thinking, shit, how do I keep this going on for 50 minutes, 55 minutes? Man sitting there, no fire in the eyes, in the heart. These men are two absolute serial bullshitters, bruv. Yeah. Chat shit all you like. You can't chat to me, bruv, because both of you fucking prats know everything I know. And you know I know. So hold that. Cry more. You blocked me live when I told you and sent you the link for the show. I said I was cooking you expeditiously on a fucking show and you blocked me live on WhatsApp, brother. And I know your real name's not Brent, so you can hold that as well.
I prefer Gyökeres. I think he's the better. It's a weird one, actually. I was talking to someone about this yesterday.
No, you wasn't, but carry on. Here we go. This is how Flowers goes down the rabbit. It's a weird one, actually, because I was talking to someone yesterday. Now he's going to make up a whole load of bullshit for a minute to waste a minute to keep the show going, and he's still bored.
He was on Instagram. He sent me a few messages, and every now and then I'll see a DM and I'll kind of respond to it.
Okay, cool. Share the Instagram post. Oh, you can't. Cool. Carry on.
And
oh shit! Let me make this. How do I make this sound really, really believable?
I think Gyökeres is clear of him in terms of finishing. I'm not particularly sure he's clear of him in all the other departments in terms of hold-up play, approach play, technical ability.
This guy's a bullshit.
He's quality when he's in wide positions or in the channels. I think they're much closer in those areas, but the goals, which is of course very important for a striker, Gyökeres is clear. But I also feel
he ain't moved for 40 minutes. That was
next year, where I think a Šeško in the Premier League and a team like Arsenal will score more goals. So there'll be I think
you rub your face and carry on.
They'll be nearer to each other in terms of totality of goals. If they were both at teams like Arsenal in the Premier League.
Hey, Mark, blink twice if you need saving, bruv.
I generally got a feel he's either he's either watching something or he's playing fucking Minecraft or whatever bloody it is.
Brother, blink twice if you need help, you know what I'm saying?
A season, and that might change people's minds.
Let's go all the way back.
I get that.
Let's see how many times.
Are we looking at his eyes as if he blinked?
Let's see how many times he blinks. Play, you fucker. What is this doing? If I froze? No.
Yeah, look, it's a real interesting one.
Right, here we go. So, 12:39. Let's see how many times he blinks the whole time this fucker's waffling. 12:39, yeah? 12:39.
I get that train of thought. I feel I prefer Gyökeres. I think he's the better. It's a weird one, actually. I was talking to someone about this yesterday. One of our viewers on Instagram. He sent me a few messages, every now and then I'll see a DM and I'll kind of respond to it. And I was saying, look, I think Gyökeres is clear of him in terms of finishing.
He blinked. 10 seconds to blink, guys.
Particularly sure he's clear of him in all the other departments in terms of hold-up play, approach play, technical ability.
He's just nodding for the sake of nodding.
Quality when he's in wide positions or in the channels. I think they're much closer in those areas, but the goal.
He blinked. 13 seconds to blink. Carry on.
Of course, very important for a striker. Gyökeres is clear, but I also feel Gyökeres will score less goals in the Prem next year, where I think a Šeško in the Premier League and a team like Arsenal will score more goals. So I think there'd be a close, they'd be nearer to each other in terms of totality of goals if they were both at teams like Arsenal in the Premier League last season, and that might change some people.
Did he blink?
No, he didn't.
I'm not sure he did.
If they were both at teams like Arsenal in the Premier League last season, and that might change.
He did. Okay. So that was 21 seconds. Fucking hell, the blinks are getting longer, guys.
People's minds.
33,
The speed thing is probably the only area that I disagree on slightly. And I've said this a few
times. He blinked. Hey, 6-second blink there.
Times on the United stand.
That was the wrong time.
I will start to get annoyed if we're 2 weeks into pre-season. We're on the tour and there's no movement. However, as long as Arsenal have got 2 or 3 new signings, Zubimendi will be one of them. If they get the
blinked. So that was 13 seconds. Fucking hell, this is crazy work, you know. He ain't even listening.
They bring in Norgard as a replacement for Partey. They've got their backup
52,
goalkeeper.
yeah.
I think they're going to go. It seems like they're going to go for Rodrigo, and that's going to take them the majority of the summer. As long as they've got them.
Look at the way he's just like.
He's about to go.
Majority in.
He blinked twice. He blinked twice. He needs help, lads.
Oh.
Fucking 12 seconds to blink again. Right. Goal bitch, Brent, whose real name's not Brent, but carry on, needs help, lads. Can we find him? Mark, Brent, whatever your real name is, we know the real name, but I ain't exposing it, so I'm not a cunt. You're right there, mate. Let's see what his reply is after he's waffled on for fucking 2 minutes, yeah?
Season starts or in the first week or so of it. I don't necessarily think that's an issue. Where I do agree is if you're getting to the back end of the tour and you're by the time preseason starts or in the first week or so of it, I don't necessarily think that's an issue. Where I do agree is if you're getting to the back end of the tour.
Dude, is that just doing listen to you shut the fuck up.
This guy. What?
And you only got one player in and a backup goalkeeper. That's when I think the Arsenal fans should really show their frustration. Until that point, whether they sign Gyökeres today or 3 weeks ago, barring fans feeling relaxed,
he's thinking, what the fuck is this idiot talking about?
Much about next season, but
I think with certain
did he blink there?
Yeah,
he blinked there. Cool.
There.
Listen to the bullshit. Let's go. Let's see what he says after he's waffled on.
I think with United and Arsenal, the striker is essential. The winger for Arsenal, you could start the season absolutely fine with Saka, Martinelli, Trossard, etc. You've got Nwaneri.
Don't watch him. Just watch him now. Watch
but the striker for Man United as well. These players are the guys that are going to score the goals. These guys are going to get you
always looking at a different screen.
Arsenal can't afford to draw games. They need to win games. They need that. Arsenal need that striker in for pre-season. Certainly before they go on tour. Because
the
they
bots
need
have
to
not
be building
arrived,
relationships.
That's it. Quick, go on another screen. Quick, try and load another load of bots for 10 quid.
They can't land that strike.
Quick, tap it in.
The way I look at it, and I've said it about United, so let's say it about Arsenal.
600 likes
football,
delivered.
I can't be sitting
in 5
there
minutes.
going, we wait till the end of August, we'll save 10 million on Sesko. If we wait till the end of August, we'll save 10 million on Gyökeres.
1,000 live viewers live. Quick.
You save 10 million.
We'll look over here in a minute.
Cost yourself a pre-season and 3 fixtures.
Tell us. Quick.
They've got to get that. I understand. With Rodrigo, you might say we can save 10 million by waiting until the end of August, and I'd probably do it. But the context is that position is so important. They've got to get it done.
But that's where I think these conversations are important. And sometimes, you'll say something on your streams, I'll say something. And I'm sure since we've been working together, I get more of it is, Mark said something different. And I actually think when two grown-ups have a conversation and talk, we find a lot more common ground. I had this conversation with Potsy and LB yesterday.
He blinks and now he's agitated. He's thinking, how the fuck do I get out of here, brother? It's only fucking 16 minutes in.
I agree, for instance, I wouldn't wait until the end of August, 3 or 4 games into the Premier League season, to save 5 to 10 million pounds on Gyökeres or Šeško to get them in. Where I would do that
it's not even interested. And let me tell you right now, this cunt don't do nothing for nothing. The same as Robbie, bruv. I swear, they don't do nothing unless it gets them paid. They are not collaborating with anyone unless they're getting paid out of the back of it some way, somehow. Yeah. This guy, 100%, I can't fucking prove it, is definitely invested in this guy, in this channel. Some way, somehow, I can't prove it. He don't even want to be there. He's thinking, I've got to go through the motions, listen to this serial bullshit or chat shit.
This period where players are on holiday and there's no pre-season, if you can do it.
About 3 weeks, haven't you? Mid-July.
And I think that's where equally I get people are getting concerned, but some of the responses I've had to that have been weird. It's like, yeah, but we're gonna have a crap window anyway. I'm like, okay, well then it doesn't matter whether you get them early or late, does it? Like the speed then becomes irrelevant. Do you know what I mean? If you're gonna get served some dinner that's awful, doesn't matter if it comes out cold or hot. If it tastes like rubbish, it tastes like rubbish at the end of the day. So I do get it, and I think that there's.
He blinked there. He blinked there, guys. A 30-second wait. Carry on.
Some movement going forward. Looks like they're doing that now with Norgard. Let's see what else.
He's trying to keep the show going because he has nothing back.
This Super Chat says Gyökeres is a better finisher, passer, press.
He's like, yeah, fuck these dickheads, man. Why am I even here? What did I fucking do this for? Why did I turn up for this shit, bro? No.
So I do get it. And I think that, you know, there's...
And the chat's down here, by the way. The chat will be down here. It's not over here. It's down here. It's to the right, not to the left. It's not to the left. It's to the right. It's down there.
Arsenal need to get some movement going forward. Looks like they're doing it now with Norgard. Let's see what else. Let's see what else they can do. But your views and opinions. This is Super Chat says Gyökeres is a better finisher, passer, presser, and ball.
He's looking at this in disgust, thinking, "Get me the hell out of here immediately!" What the hell?
Thinking, what the fuck are we doing here?
I bet any money. After that stream, he goes, yeah, it's all cool. It's all cool. Yeah, it was a great show. He goes downstairs. He sees his wife. I'm not going to get that fucking 35 minutes back, love. Oh, Jesus.
Mate, that's the shortest show they've ever done, you said, yeah? 34 minutes, just under.
Just under 34 minutes, yeah.
Yeah. Look at him. He don't want to be there, bruv. This is mad awkward, you know? He couldn't give a shit. This guy don't do nothing unless it's worth a pound note.
All carrier than Šeško.
Look at him. It's not even looking. Bro, the chat is down here. The chat is down here, bro.
To sign depends on the goal for next season. Šeško is not the one with immediate impact,
bro.
He's got a good goal record, though. Leipzig was shit last year, and he still scored a lot of goals. Look, the reality is 13 absolutely fine comment. Terry might have agreed with it. I might agree with it. But the reality is it's very well known that Arteta wants Šeško. And as the manager, I didn't want Bruno to stay, but Amorim wants him to stay. So I'll back that.
Yeah, of course you will, because you'll back anything to get you a pound note, mate. And Bruno's got a lot of fans, same as Garnacho. Rasmus, obviously, your boyfriend. Carry on.
And I think that's always the thing, isn't it? We can project
yeah. So like, he's looking. He's not looking at the chat. He's getting the bots to load up, bruv. He's loading up another 1,000 live viewers.
Ultimately, if he gets Šeško and it goes wrong and he gets the sack, at least he gets the sack based on what.
Get another 600 likes, still quick. Make it look like it's amazing.
Nightmare next year, and Amorim gets the sack.
Quick.
I don't want him to get the sack.
Load up another 600 live views.
Well, he wanted to keep Bruno.
Delivery in 20 seconds.
Yes, a very, very, very fair point.
It's a very, very fair point. Do you notice he didn't even listen to what he said?
He gets the sack based on what he wanted.
They're not listening to what they're saying.
This is a bloody nightmare next year, and Amorim gets the sack. I don't want him to get the sack, but I'd probably look at it and go, well, he wanted to keep Bruno.
Yeah, you advocated for it. Yes, a very, very, very fair point. This here from Adele says, I think Rashford and Garnacho need a wake-up call as to see they are not as good as they think.
Oh my word. Bro, I swear down there, these fucking geezers are lying through their fucking teeth, bro. The body language, yeah. I swear, I'm very good at reading body language for the job I used to do, yeah. These men have got no chemistry. They're there for the money, mate.
No, of course they are.
Yeah, they're there for the money. Let's just take that back one more time.
You advocated for it, yes. A very, very, very fair point.
Watch Goldbridge.
This here from Adele says, I think Rashford and Garnacho need a wake-up call as to see they are not as good as they think they are. Rashford had a good season with us, and like one good season.
Have you ever stepped into a painting?
Have you ever stepped into fucking bullshit? Yes, we just did.
Yes, we just did.
That's it.
Oh, God.
No, he ain't interested, bro.
I think...
Look, he don't want to be there, bro.
There is an element of that. There's no doubt. In
fairness, look at agitated these men are
I know he's done the interview talking about Barcelona, so he's angling for I haven't seen too much from Rashford that's annoyed me, if I'm being honest, since he went out on loan.
This is hilarious, but don't worry, we're sharing it. You want us to share it. You said it, your words. You said share it around. Share it around. Put it on your socials. Well, we're putting it on our socials, Tel. And there's 1,600 people watching, so hold that. And you can fucking hold that as well, you fraud.
This deal with Barcelona's put together. Hopefully we get a little obligation that they can't buy out of, as we spoke about on Twitter last night. That'll be
I'll never fall for that again.
No. Do you know
look at agitated they both are.
The thing, you know, this is what I'm always reminded. If the reports are true that we're going to get 25 to 30 million from Fenerbahce potentially, then I'm glad we did have that buyout clause, because it means in total we'll end up with 35 million for him. rather than the 25 million we would have got if they bought him. So
the Sancho one's so weird.
He's so uncomfortable.
Alone again today. I just so much it doesn't.
Well,
make
there's
sense.
a loan with obligation, but I've heard another rumor that we've still got an option to extend for a year. So that does help us in these negotiations where we can say, look, put in an obligation of some sort, or we'll trigger the extra year and it delays it again. So hopefully we can find it. But this is where I told you I'm going to judge Ineos, is how they actually handle these situations. Do they raise us the money? Do they go out and buy quality to improve the squad this summer? And if in the end they do a decent job and we improve on the pitch, I'll praise it.
It's crazy.
If we don't, even if I like it in the initial next season we're awful, none of the signings work, then bang it. As you know, they've done a bad job. It's as simple as that for me. Mark, the reason I don't rate Šeško
turn away, not interested.
Is because others only see his goals, but if you watch his overall shots, you would see has lazy finishing. Only the goals look great, but his overall shooting is not. I don't rate just on stats, but the eye test.
Good, I agree. And I've got to say, we were linked to a player last night from Club Bruges, Arden Yashari, and
Yes.
I put my hand up for the first time and said, I can't remember seeing this player play. So
Oh, fucking hell. Well done. Look at you.
Can't
at least you're honest.
For the first time ever.
Opinion on that. And when it comes to Šeško, I've got to be honest, probably only watched him play 10 games in his whole career.
But he's amazing for Arsenal. Yeah, cool. Hold that.
Maybe more, but he's not a player that I would sit here
He's
with
thinking,
any
where the fuck are
level
the
of
fucking
confidence
bots?
and start
Where
telling
are
you
they?
this, that, and the other.
Let
And
me
you're
double
right.
check.
You should always judge a player on the eye test.
Let me
I haven't
double
seen a
check.
lot of him, but I do also know that a
Let me
lot of
double
people I do trust really, really do rate him. You know, whether it's journalists, coaches, players.
Where's the bots? Where's the 4K
fans
like?
in the community I work on? You know, so I think
These men are mad
I think
edgy together.
look, as I
can't
said, I'd go Gyökeres over Šeško. I've always said that, and that
Cool,
might
so
not
it's
help
not.
United. But it's very obvious that Arteta wants Šeško, and as we said,
Well, if
I think you
Arteta
have to
wants
go
him,
with the manager
I
so
want
that
him.
When it goes wrong, he can't go. You didn't give me what I wanted.
Yeah, I think that's very, very fair.
But we got the loud vocal minority of Arteta rats. Arteta rats.
Indeed. Obviously, we saw a big story yesterday, Mark, that the second or the night before, actually, with a Ben Jacobs cracker that.
Fuck yeah, the hell, bruv. Do me a favour. I'm going for a piss and I'll be back in a second. I'm going live for the Inter game now. Bear with me 2 seconds there.
That's fine. No worries. No worries.
Hold the fort, my guy.
That's cool. That's cool. That was awkward. That was so awkward. I've never seen anything like it. You can just tell when two people are in a room and you're trying to work together. You know you're working there for the sake of it. You're not doing there because you have a chemistry or because you have a connection with each other. I know that sounds very Top Goonerish, but it is true. You've got to have some sort of chemistry with those two, with your partner at the end of the day, or with your work colleague. You need to have that. You know, otherwise it's just gonna be hell awkward. It really, really is. Big up to Next Football Club. Heard Tell say if Šeško goes to Arsenal, United will get Gyökeres. Look, that's the way it will look right now, as it currently stands. I think we will end up getting Šeško. And you watch this whole fan base gas it all up. It'll be absolutely, it'll be cringy as hell. We are in a mess right now, Nick. Desperately. Yeah, no chemistry in the chat. No fire. The fire is not in the eyes with these two. They're not. You could just tell they were just glancing at their monitors and doing other bits and pieces while just interested in what they were hearing through their headphones. It was just, yeah. All YouTubers become bland when the hunger to make video goes. Yeah, you could just tell they're trying to think. They're trying to think of something else to do, or trying to think of something else to think about. But when the fire's not there, it's just, thank you, Graham. You're spot on. Look forced. It did look forced. It did look forced. As always, if Dumb and Dumber had a remake, we found our cast. Shit, that's probably not far off, to be honest. Not far off. Goldbitch only cares about the money. He wasn't even listening. He's very wealthy. But even he's got to be thinking right now, why did I invest in this? You know, when you invest in a business which you think might work well for you, but it actually doesn't. Actually might work for the person that wants this, but you don't. It's not a nice feeling. Not a nice feeling at all. Yeah, just two boring clout seekers. Yep, that's all they do. That's all they do. Arteta sitting there with a shotgun. That's cool. They've both got contracts and they have agreed to stream it. Yeah, they have got contracts. They've probably signed and it's contracted to. But you can't tell me that. But looking at that video that we did, that me and Lee just did a slight commentary on, or laugh at rather, you can't tell me that was awkward as hell. You can't tell me. Sometimes it takes a bit for chemistry to develop, although it seems like in this case it won't. Soccer Junkie, the first podcast they ever did was on April 12th, which was ironically the debut for me on Lee's channel. And I've probably got more chemistry with Lee than fucking those two have. Just a thought. I noticed you don't have your own opinion. All you do is agree with Lee. Have to do better. Not necessarily. Not necessarily. There is going to be some stuff I am going to disagree at some point. But right now, we're all in the same boat here. You know, we demand more from this club. We demand more from this team. But I don't like the Northgard signing. I don't like Kepa, and Zubimendi. I think Zubimendi is a good signing. Is he going to wow me? No. But is he going to be a decent player in the long run? Yeah, he will be. But he's not going to be. Yeah, it's just Groundhog Day about the human when it comes to this football club. It really will be. Big up Mr. Waffle. Fleurs needs Golbich more than Golbich needs Fleurs. Yeah, that is spot on, mate. That is absolutely spot on. What jersey are you wearing? I'm basically wearing a Color Rush tank top that the Patriots just did on the club shop and that. I thought it was smart for the summer because it just gets very, very hot here, so I thought I'd just wear it. It's fine. Flowers only read super chats, only watch him for Dan Pot and LB. Mike Green extra put, they laugh like twice the whole time. Every time I watch Lee, you, Shane, also pots, etc. There's laughs all stream. That's because the whole point is not forced. You know, we organically bounce off each other, and when you respect each other, you know, it's very easy to get into a more comfortable mindset and a more comfortable atmosphere. If you're in a comfortable atmosphere on stream, it's going to feel so much better. Whereas if you're with someone and it just feels forced and you're just trying to get through it, it doesn't feel organic and it feels weird. It feels really weird. I'll be honest, I've had a couple of streams like that and in the past where I felt like, you know what, it's not quite working, but we've got to get through this stream, at least get through to the end and so on. You know, there are times where, you know, it has worked and sometimes it hasn't worked. Next, but if it's the same, then it's the same. It will be. It will be. On the other hand, maybe it was sexual tensions between. No. Graham, that's haram. That is haram. Fucking hell. Swans away days. Big up Swans away days. I saw Norgard in the championship a few years back against us. He was very average both games. Frank got the best out of him. Arteta definitely won't. We'll have to see. We'll have to see what happens with that one. I'm losing all the chats here because your lot are going absolutely rapid. Northgard makes Arsenal scary, dangerous. Wait for them tiles. Oh, they will be. They'll be loaded up. They'll be loaded up sooner or later. What do you think of Drew Holiday getting traded? I think it was due. It was due. He had one good season with us when we won the title, and this year he hasn't performed well. So yeah, trade him away. Off he goes. But they were getting raging clues. Shit. Panel shows like being in a band. You need that chemistry or spark to make it work. Yeah, that's obviously Kieran. Yeah, that's spot on. That is spot on. I couldn't agree with you more. Any of that. Yeah, bands. You need to have that chemistry, that clink. Yeah, I also think it's because you guys are speaking your mind and not restricted by topics. We're not restricted by topics, mate. We speak our mind. If we see anything, if we see something good, we'll praise it. If we see that something terrible, we'll call it out. No. We grew up to have accountability in our lives. It doesn't matter if it's in sport or in everyday life. You always have to have accountability because it means you know how to prove yourself and know how to prove yourself better. Wish LB would stop going on Flowers' channel. He's better than that. LB's a good guy. He gone for a 20-minute piss. He ain't gone for that long. He ain't gone for that long, bruv. Does it look like after the Sesko signing, Arsenal will be done for signing? Do you know what? If we get Sesko in, it would not at all surprise me. Maybe a deadline day of a loan, but no, I think it's gonna be absolutely. I think we're gonna hit it. You've been calling it out for 5 years. I've been calling this out. Well, Lee's been calling it out since the day Arteta rocked up at Arsenal Football Club as a manager. I've only called it out since we bottled top 4 to Antonio Conte and Tottenham. That was when I knew, this manager ain't going to take us anywhere. That was when I said, game over. I don't want this manager here anymore. So it's not 5 years. I'd say it's been more like 4. Yeah, probably about 4 years now. But remember, I've only started YouTube about 2 years ago. So run for the hills if we get Isaac. Oh, Thomas Yates, you're obviously a Liverpool fan. Yeah, if you're Liverpool, that's it. We're done. We're screwed. The mods need to get off power trips once again. Why are you two guys hating on Tim to go? That's not cool. I'm not hating on them. I'm just laughing at this. I just need some enjoyment in my life to laugh at something. I'm just laughing at it. Liverpool, Man City are buying quality while having very good depth players. Arsenal buying depth players who clearly aren't as good as the other two. Team's going to be a long year for you, Karl. Well, thank you, as if I didn't know that already. Of course it's going to be a long year for us. We're not winning the Champions League. It's going to be Liverpool, Man City that win the title. And as far as the cups are concerned, we haven't got the squad for the rotation. I generally don't. It's simple. When you go against or question the narrative, you're called mad. Exactly. Arsenal will sign Madueke. Bro, I said this on Aaron's channel a while back, and he basically was like, I only dreamed of that. I didn't think that would happen. I said, trust me. If it's a loan deal, it's going to be Madueke or Garnacho for that matter, but it's going to be crazy. Bradley Driscoll's put, even if you don't like somebody and have to work with somebody, at least show fire and passion, make it look like you want to be there. CM Punk and Seth and WWE, they hate each other, is a great example. Very true. Very true, Bradley. That is correct. But they have to do it for the greater good. Gyökeres is the far superior choice. How has the Sesko rhetoric taken off? Bro, I generally think that both are in play. But yeah, I personally feel that we're going to get Sesko. I can't see it happening at any other time. I generally can't. It's going to be Sesko, isn't it, Lee? Unfortunately, yeah. So
yeah, probably end up Nico Jackson, mate. And this fan base will gas him up like he's the next Anelka.
Do you know? Have you got any indication of why we continuously go after Chelsea rejects? Because I can't quite put my finger on it. Why?
Well, I'm thinking that there's some fraudulence going on, but I can't think exactly what it is. But it's something to do with a restaurant, maybe, in London. Because I'll be honest, the only deals we get done like that are London-based deals. Chelsea, Palace. They've got Eddie out real quick. We already knew. Reece Nelson.
Fulham.
Brentford. West Ham. Something dodgy going on, bruv. I can't pinpoint it. Yeah, it's different owners of different clubs, different changes of different owners of different clubs. Well, there's something sus going on, I can't lie, but I can't pinpoint what it is. Yeah, there's definitely something going on.
Arsenal have American owners. Chelsea have American owners.
Yeah. Edu was involved. We signed a load of Brazilians that all own a restaurant together. Crazy work. I didn't even set this fucking stream up. Sorry, my bad. I've been sat fucking while. I was trying to redirect. I didn't even set it up. Sorry, bear with me 2 seconds here.
Yeah.
And then we're wrapping. Bless up for your time always, bro.
Yeah, no worries,
bro. Inter versus River Plate. Mates. Yes, it is.
Your Madrid. Well, I would say your Madrid have got to do us a favour in the early hours of Friday morning, but we got to fucking do our job first.
I'm not going to be there, by the way. I'm going to be in bed. I ain't doing that game.
Nah, you're through anyway, so you know we've got to fucking beat a load of Mexicans from Casa Bonita. You
know? If you don't, he's getting sacked.
Yeah. No excuses. No excuses. He's getting botted.
Oh, 100%. Live at World Cup. Watch along. Oops. Watch along, mates. Right, chat. Yeah, Karl. We talk bollocks. Finito.
I was going to say.
My success rate tonight has been 100% as well. 3 out of 3. Hat trick. Yeah, hat trick. Right. Okay. What time is it? 3:10 a.m. Cool. Right. Let me just quickly set this up. Sorry.
That's all right. No worries.
So literally less than a minute. While I'm doing that, yo, chat, make sure you sub to Gundown UK. His link's in the pinned. Big up, Jabril. Big up. Go on, sorry.
2 from 600.
Come on, get it done right now. How many people are watching? 1279. Get him to 800 real quick. Big up, guy. 5th next season. I'm tired, boss. Jabril, we'll be lucky if we get 5th, my guy. Yeah, I told everyone last season. Me and Matty sat doing the watch along. We told them all, bruv, we're in the top 4 race, yeah? We've just gone backwards. I don't care who we sign. We can sign Gyökeres, Sesko, and fucking Rodrigo. Unfortunately, that defensive midfield is finished. And it's a World Cup year, and we've got bare injuries, bruv, of players with scars, 6-inch gashes up their leg. We're done. We're dusted. Especially with our midfield. Slowest midfield in the world. Yeah, no creativity. Right, that's bear with me, sorry. Less than a minute, bro.
And people think last season, the way we tried to create couldn't get any worse.
No, they ain't seen nothing yet.
No.
They ain't seen nothing yet, bro. You wait till they see this season. This season's going to be peak for a lot of people, I can't lie. It's going to be peak in the stadium. It's kind of sad because people are going to be beating each other up in the stadium, which is never a good sign. Yeah, I've seen it happen live and direct. Wenger in, Wenger out. It's going to be worse. Excuse me. Because the cult of Arteta is stronger than the cult of Arsene, which is crazy when you deep it.
Yeah, it's great. I know Wenger had his followers, but Jesus Christ, at least at least they saw the light eventually. Well, most of them did anyway. But this is a different level of freaking.
Yep, the PR is PRing, bruv, and unfortunately for them, which is why they're all so rattled. This channel, your channel, Troops' channel, Curtis, Northside, Rachid, Jez, DJ B, and anyone else I've missed, Shane, Aaron, all the other people. Unfortunately for them, there's fucking shitloads of us, mate. Yeah, and it was up here, and we were right down here. Now it's like that.
Now,
and guess what? By Christmas, hold that, bitch.
The playing field will level out eventually.
Truth always prevails, Karl. It always prevails, mate. Yeah, and unfortunately for these dickheads, they've been lying for 5 years, which is not my problem. I couldn't care less. I've stuck to my principles and my standards, and I'm right. And you're right. We're all right, mate, because we tell the truth. And unfortunately for these idiots, they don't. And on that bombshell, I'm going to grab these 2 super chats and get on this River Plate game.
Yeah.
Whoever wins qualifies top of the group.
Who do they play if they go through?
Inter Milan. Oh, if they go through.
Oh, hang on, I've got it.
Dortmund, I think.
Oh, that's an easy.
That was Bavert's 4 out of 4.
Yeah, that was
4 out of 4.
Yeah, that's yeah. If they go through and top the group, yeah, that's an easy win for Inter.
I don't think Inter top the group. I think River Plate do him.
River Plate, yeah.
Actually, Karl hooks. Okie dokie. Right, let's go. Right, everything's sweet like chocolate. Right, sub to the channels, guys. Sub to the channels. Right, let's get out of here. Jester, bless out. Rookie number, massive rookie numbers, bruv. I don't know what you're talking about. Although that was an hour ago, so that's probably why. But bless out for the 7-month membership, brother. And excuse me, make sure you sub to Jester. I'll try and keep the noise down, but this aircon's killing my throat, man. Big up to Waz as well. Lee Flowers has another YouTube channel called Terry Flowers TV. Thumbnails funny, bro. That was called the Squad TFT. It was originally KJ's channel. 37.4k subs in 1 month from 0. Funny enough, that was when me, Rance, and Saeed all got our 100k. Interesting. I told you that guy's struggling, mate. I'm adamant he's struggling. That's why he's buddied up with that bitch. He's struggling. 500,000 subs, and you buddy up with that. Wow, crazy. Now you're doing more and more content, more lives. Going live at 10, 11 p.m. at night and shit. Wow, crazy work. Yeah, that guy's definitely on the breadline, guys. Which is mad because YouTube paid me today. Well, I say today. They paid on the night of the 24th into the 25th. Couple of cans. Fuck, couple of cans, bruv. Quadruple cans, mate. Cigars out, mates. Hold that. Fuck off. And I've told the truth every day. Every day. Anyway, big up to you, brother. Big up to Waz again. Mentioned you in his new YouTube channel, saying he was right about a transfer. Of course he does, because he knows I fucking cooked him for about 8 hours yesterday on 2 different channels. Oh, you know, and I think, and I ain't even watched it. I guarantee it was that. And I think I remember speaking to Lee Gunner. And make sure you sub to Lee Gunner, because this is what he does. Yeah, because he's part of the whole. We have to support the fan channel community, guys. The fan channel community. Yeah, good one, mate. Yeah, but you redirected yourself straight after the show you did earlier. Yeah, with Goldbitch. You didn't redirect to anybody who was live. And your show was 3 hours, 4 hours later. You redirected to your next show with Hussam and Judge Mo. Didn't bother redirecting to anybody else. But he supports the fan channel community, guys. Fan channel community, of course he does. White Knight of YouTube's been exposed this last 2 nights. Anyway, on that gargantuan, massive, huge breaking news. Karl, have you hit 600?
Let's just quickly check.
Pin comment, guys.
I'm 1 off.
Yo, who's a mod in this chat? DJ Crane, I beg you get his channel, please. Yeah, come on, no, that's a piss take. He needs 800 now. There's 1,300 people watching. You lot are taking the piss. No, you lot are taking the piss. Galen, Princessa. Princessa, somebody who's a mod, put his link in the chat. No, he needs 800 now. Come on, at least 7. I have to try and be careful with the loudness, but if I put both earmuffs on, I don't know how loud I'm getting. My mum's asleep. I've put one over there and it fucking squishes my ear and it hurts. Big up DJ Crane. Right, pinned comment. Pinned comment. Come on. I'm not leaving till he hits 700, so we're going 700. But while I'm waiting for you to get 700, you will as well.
Yeah, okay.
700.
Well, it's got over 600 now, so
yeah. What have you what very quickly, What are your expectations for tomorrow? Do you think we'll sign Sam Lokonga up to a new deal? What are you expecting tomorrow? Well, it could happen. What about Fabio Vieira? I mean, market opportunity, yeah?
The depression of the summer window was already setting in quite quickly, and I really didn't want it to, if I'm honest with you. I think Fabio Vieira, of all the players, I think is going to end up staying put for number purposes. I think Fabio Vieira is going to be the only one that stays put. I don't think Lokonga will stay. Tavares has gone. Reece Nelson. I said to you already in the stream a lot earlier. Because he's had a number of opportunities to actually, get a position in this squad, and he's blown every single one of them.
Facts.
So,
although he did score a screamer against Bournemouth,
which led to
nothing. And everyone jizzed their pants, including me. I actually thought we were going to win the league that day.
That was a draw.
What's a mutant? Yeah, I know. No, it was. Was it a draw? No, I think it was a win, wasn't it? 3-2. I may be wrong. Yeah, I think we won 3-2. It was 3-2.
Oh yeah, it was 3-1, 3-2. I mean, there was limbs everywhere.
Yeah, and everyone thought we were going to win. Same when Eddie scored against United last minute. I thought it was like, yo, we're going to do this. We're going to do this. Believe. How retarded was I? Crazy work, guys. Never again. I'm not falling for that bullshit ever again.
We drank the Kool-Aid.
Well, we definitely drank the fucking Kool-Aid that season, mate, because we all believed. We all believed. And this is where Arsenal was scary was birthed.
It was like beginning of April, I think it was. I did a stream on my channel when I first getting started, and I said, I now look about it long and hard. I go, I think Arsenal can now do it. I think we can now go and do it. And I was like, I did the stream. I've done it. I'm good. Went to bed. I'm like, did I just make the biggest grave mistake I've ever made on social media? Yes, I did.
Yep. Lo and behold, Fulham, West Ham, and all that shit happened. Liverpool. God. We're dog shit, mate. That's why I've tapped out. And listen, rest up to everyone locked in. We are going to wrap. Karl, always a pleasure, mate. I'm going on the other channel, Internazionale Milano versus River Plate. 21 minutes gone, 0-0. Whoever wins tops the group. But yeah, raid the chat with. What should we raid it with? Should we raid it with? Market opportunity raid, mates. And we're out. Adios, ciao. Cronky out, mates.